Hey everyone! Welcome to the Mists of Rule. This time, not exhausted, not sleep deprived, and with 4 new players today who I've never played D&D with before. It is Apollo_Nick playing as...
Hi, I'm playing as Arturio.
What's Arturio's favorite color?
Arturio's favorite color is probably a deep but vivid blue, maybe with like a hint of green in it. I am thinking this color.
Wow. It's almost like a dark turquoise. Then we have Eric, also known as Coffee Traveler, playing as...
Ramul Goldenblade.
What's his
Warlock
favorite
dwarf.
color? Is it gold?
Favorite color is the color of blood for my enemies, bathing in it.
Alright, so that's like a ruddy red, I suppose. Then we have Andy, who's playing as...
Rye, the rogue.
Wow, what's his favorite expression?
His favorite expression?
Yeah.
It's the oil expressed from an orange peel that over the top of a cocktail.
You know? I always knew you'd have something that wasn't, like a wry smile or anything like that. But okay, I'll accept it. And then we have Brian, also known as Scarlet Shadow 6969420XX. Blaze it. How are you, Brian?
I'm good, John. How are you?
I'm great. I don't want to know anything about your character because
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
you are fully immersed already, ready to rock and roll. But for those of you who aren't like me, who are you playing as?
I'm playing the Paladin Terrence the Brave, John.
Ooh, what makes him so brave?
The cowardice of his enemies that flee before him, his overwhelming confidence in himself and his mission, whether it's deserved or not.
We're going to find out how brave you are today, along with the other 3 of your party members. Guys!
Can I just say he sounds like a frat bro
Kind of, yeah.
with undeserved confidence and courage.
Yes.
Undeserved?
Okay.
It's not even
Yeah.
deserved.
All right.
Well,
Not that he knows.
guys, I have a little tradition known as having one of you guys do the recap.
John?
But I also remember that Brian's an asshole and takes forever to do the recap. So we're going to have him do the final, session of our campaign. So he can spend an hour and a half recapping the entire campaign. This week, though, I'm going to call out Andy to do the entire recap on his own. Andy, do you think you can do it?
100%.
All right, let's hear it.
Previously on the Mists of Rule, our 4 intrepid heroes rowed a barge up the river. They arrived at the Dandy Daffodil, where you would think it would be a charming, glorious, bustling tavern, and instead it's a sad, shabby, quiet place with questionable cider and even more questionable water and yams. Our heroes met the innkeepers and then made their way up to the prince's manor to meet the prince, who walks around with a sword for a cane, and brought us in to meet a grievously injured Tartan. Who was the injured guy? No.
Towns member number 7, a hunter.
Yeah, Sheriff. No.
Sheriff.
Sheriff Tartan. Why did I
The
write
hunter
Sheriff?
even have a name?
No, not the hunter. The guy in the bed who was crushed by the gravestone.
Oh, that guy died. He was crushed by a gravestone.
No, but we talked to him, didn't we?
No.
We interacted
No.
with him.
No, we
he's
talked to a
dead.
guy who went out and came back.
Oh, okay. I got confused. Anyways, we spoke to an injured person about their interaction with the silence, and Prince Ludwig gave us a whole breakdown of a whole series of murders and disappearances and strange happenings, and you know we put it in our Carmen Sandiego journals, and we will be cross-referencing those details as we question everyone around the town to figure out who done it, and who flung children halfway across the river, and who is just totally evil shit, nightmare, silent ghost.
Are monsters in the mist? Yes.
We made our way to the baker, who is like slowly building up a giant bomb building ready to destroy the monster. He gave us each a bag of flour, which really tickled Arturio to learn that he could be making bombs for much more pedestrian ingredients than buying his fancy bomb wares. So
Making them. He spent years in college learning to make alchemist fire, which is like 50 gold a pop, and this equally as viable flour is like cents on the grand.
yes, as is often the case, wealthy academic learns that poor people can do things a simpler way for much less money because they have to, because fuck you. That trope is pretty common. So.
I feel like this is bleeding into you and I, Andy, having this conversation.
I think you're mistaken, Nick. I think it's just conjecture.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I'm just portraying the class divide that evinced by your character. And then I can't remember if we did anything super.
We were just about to head out over
there,
heading
heading
to
to a
the mountains.
location.
Yeah, that's right.
Does anyone remember what location we were going to?
Yeah.
the chapel.
Indeed.
Chapel
For those
Roan,
of
she's
you
in town.
at home, you will behold the map. Our beautiful map, in which all maps lie. We have our characters here. I hope these characters have the correct amount of hit points, because I am currently deleting them. Oh, look at our beautiful little map, guys. It's beautiful. I'm totally not looking at this for the first time in several months. I mean weeks. I mean days. Oh. Gentlemen.
The overworld map, right?
Yes, our region map.
Okay.
We're on the same one, right?
Yeah, I just
I see the
it
Prince's
wasn't
Manor and other things that we
it wasn't
marked
clear
up.
if you were taking us to a different map and you just forgot to move us.
Nope.
Okay.
Gentlemen, our campaign resumes right where we left off. We are currently walking down the road, heading to a beautiful chapel. The mist surrounds you, the pine trees quietly shift with the faintest of wind. All of you, for but a mere moment, feels though you're being watched by something else out there. I believe you all took a precaution of holding hands or tying rope or...
I got yarn from the prince so that we could have yarn between each other while traveling.
Yeah. How many of you are into this big yarn thing? Who likes the dwarf tying them up?
I mean, I'm down with it.
We tied up into it. I thought we were just like holding it.
It's like around your finger.
Okay.
Just looped around your finger as we walk around was my description.
It's whatever you want it to be, Andy.
you remember when mom and dad made us wear promise threads? Or not promise threads, reminder threads to do the chores?
I remember you needed it because I always did my chores.
I don't think so. I thought I remember it differently. I remember doing your chores for you because you were constantly goofing around with your friends.
Well, I mean, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. My chores got done, so what reminder did I need, you know?
Yes, they got done. I agree.
This is the
Like,
conversation that the
Yeah.
half-elf and the dwarf hear as they head uphill to a certain shrine. All of you are beholden to a red-tiled roof, black stone building that stands at its tallest, maybe 30 feet. You see that at one point there was the idea of like making this an actual bell tower to like ring out, but clearly those plans fell through. To the low ground in the forest, you will see that a graveyard has been hastily constructed. Although it looks big on our map, it is not nearly as developed. But it is separated from the shrine, noticeably so. The fear of undead makes everyone put their graveyards a little away from their places of worship. You don't want a skeleton to clamber out of its death box and then wreak havoc with your clerics.
Are there a lot of fresh graves?
You know, there are, yeah.
Okay, so they've still been making the trek out here with bodies to give proper burials.
I mean, until their holy man died
Mm-hmm.
with his whatever fell on him in his. Which is what we're gonna investigate.
It was like his effigy of the goddess.
Indeed,
Yeah,
you
F of
head
Jesus or something.
to the great big wooden double doors, swing them wide open, finding that they aren't even locked or barred. This place has no windows, but there are clear light slits within the top of this structure that allow natural light to bleed in. Otherwise, this is quite a dark little area. Inside, there is a small community area where gatherings could take place. There aren't any pews or any seats like that. Clearly, those who are visiting are intended to stand. But you do not see any immediate living area when you enter. Instead, what you see is a small, let's call it a plinth for simplicity's sake, that has been set up and is ceremonially draping with chains made out of some kind of bronze. Mr. Paladin, no need for a religion check on your behalf, provided you are proficient in it.
I am.
And you will know that this is the Shrine of Elda, a life goddess who was said to bind humans specifically to the earth.
I will look at the effigy that is there that supposedly fell on the holy man. Is it still present?
You do not see it, no. Though you do see the clear empty spot now that you look up to where a bell tower might have once been designed. And notice that there is a clear spot where something used to be hooked onto the wall. In fact, you even see the hook, but it is not present. You all were told, in case you, the players, forgot, that the acolytes who used to run this place abandoned it. But that's not to say they wouldn't have taken things that could have been moved and transported after their head priest was demolished by an effigy of their goddess.
You said that this plinth is draped with chains. The chains aren't like bolted down, like holding the plinth down. Like
No,
there might be something beneath it. Okay, cool.
they're not. This big bronze chain has been coiled around this stone plinth until it reaches the very top. Kind of in a weird spiral formation, but they're clearly loose. Yeah.
They rusted out because it's so like misty here.
Would you like to go and
It's
touch
like
the
the
metal?
high. Yeah.
Would you like to lick the unknown bronze that hasn't been
Not
cleaned in
licking.
several weeks?
Nah, no licking. And also, you said it's bronze, so would be tarnished in other ways.
Yeah. Yeah, you take a peek.
Why not lick it?
Do you touch it at all?
Oh yeah. I just grab it, John.
It's
The
like the
moment your
fastest way to
fingers
learn about.
touch it, the chains slide off the stone quite heavily and fall to the ground unceremoniously. They're quite heavy in your hand, Mr. Golden Blade.
Almost like it was booby trapped. But free chain?
It's heavy. Would you like to bring it with you?
Yeah, I'd like to bring a piece of chain with me.
All right, please add to your character sheet 50 pounds of bronze chain.
You got it.
In total, its length is about, I want to say, 15 feet. So...
I'm no longer off the chain, y'all.
Terrence,
You
look over
hold this?
a remove.
Yeah, I have 18 strength.
Okay.
Stronger than I am. Say, Ramul, are you sure you want to take this from this place?
Absolutely.
It's a.
You know how much work it is to get tin and bronze?
Copper.
Wait, no, just bronze. Yeah, copper. Yeah, wait, yes. No, I'm correct. Copper and tin out of the earth? You can't just let this go to waste. It's just sitting here.
I almost studied metallurgy.
Yeah, thank you.
Can I inspect the plinth that is now free of chain?
Yeah. You head to this what appears to be some sort of dark stone. You will find several small inscriptions written in common. It's more or less, you know how we have the 10 commandments on 5 stone tablets in our world?
I thought it was 2.
Stone tablets.
Whatever. They have at least for this religion, a singular pillar that has several commandments as well as scriptures of what appears to have once been a quite verbal goddess.
So it's a pillar of pillars.
Yes, a pillar of pillars.
Oh,
You will notice that... Actually, no, I don't know if you'll notice this or not. Give me an investigation check.
How do I do that?
You
Just
go
literally
to
touch
your
the
character sheet.
investigation on my
and you
Yeah.
click the investigation button in your skills.
red, like the word, just the word in red.
Yeah,
hmm
Mm.
very
Oh.
cool.
My God, he's playing D&D.
Did it?
You did it! You hit the button! Congratulations!
Proud of you.
Good old Andy. Rye.
Okay, sorry. In defense of my stupid question, I just like there's a lot of different
There's a
buttons
lot going
this.
on. No,
Yeah,
I'm with
that's
Andy on
your
this
question.
one.
Your first time using the sheet.
I love that Andy like leveled up before he even like rolled anything. He's
We
doing
need
that
attack
well.
rolls, I think.
He's
Did
gonna
a- no, I
play
did
this
a,
card out, Nick, you get off his back
something.
right now.
I'm just teasing him.
I did,
He's
an
Mr.
investigation-
Rye.
Okay.
I did an investigation last week.
Oh.
At the very base of this plinth, on the literal lowest inch away from the floor, you will find a sourdough recipe.
Mhm.
It seems to
Gods
be
have
the
a sense of
foundation
humor.
of everything of this religion.
I mean,
The
that,
most
that
basic.
does track.
Yeah.
I copy it onto the side of the sack of flour I received.
All right. You know, all you're missing is some yeast and water, and you could just fill out this recipe right now.
Hmm.
If it's sourdough, you culture the yeast yourself.
Then you gotta culture that yeast, right?
Yeah.
John,
Okay.
well, everybody inspects
I,
this
I, ro- I
area.
roll to culture yeast, please.
What's up, Terrence?
I'm going to clean up the shrine. Wherever there is dirt or wherever there is things torn asunder or moved around, I'm going to try to reorganize it and make it look nice again. If that means I'm going into other rooms and finding other implements like brooms or dustpans or whatever, I will do so, and I will spend my time making this look like the place that it once was.
As you begin cleaning up, you will find that in the back of this entire structure is the ceremony room. Specifically, where a font has been built into the stone itself. This great big pool of, well, not pool, let's call it a giant bowl of water, has several, do I want to go metric? We'll just go with cups for now. Several cups of what appears to be some sort of sparkling water that is, I don't want to say it's pushing away the mist, but inside of this stone room, the mist that has been bleeding into this structure seems to be not nearly as present.
Are these like just? Is this just like a pool of water?
It's a bowl of water.
Bowl of water. Okay.
Terrence, you as a man of religion would know that this is likely legitimate holy water that is used for all sorts of rituals for the religious. If you search long enough, you'll even find the glasses and glass vials used to contain it and then sell it to adventurers. It appears it has been abandoned.
I think I will inform everybody that it's there, but I will take my time and finish cleaning this place up first.
Oh.
And then at that point, I'm going to come back to this, say a prayer to my own deity, and then probably try to collect this holy water, as it may prove useful in the future.
Okay.
The mist is unholy.
Once
Maybe.
that information is shared with us, I will bring in a number of vials to fill up some holy water with. I'll also fill up my Super Soaker 3000.
Your Super Soaker 3000 must wait 33,000 years before it is made.
Okay.
I didn't stumble that word, you did. Terrence and Arturio, there is going to be... Let's find out. Here, someone roll me a 1d4 real quick to see how many usages of holy water we have. 1 usage of holy water. Very scary.
How much?
It is not much.
Sorry.
I believe Arturio, in his truly sinful, doubtful ways, Terrence, will accidentally turn some of the holy water into regular water while collecting it. You probably could have done better, you know, assumedly.
I will judge him silently.
You judge him silently. I will note that holy water will have 2 usages in this campaign of ours. Normally, it is a hurled weapon attack that you throw at undead, and it deals AoE damage in like a 5-foot thing. Maybe it doesn't even do that, actually. Maybe I'm making that shit up. So you could either throw it to do radiant damage to an undead, or you could coat a weapon with it. And then it will act effectively as poison, but with the holy water property against undead instead. to apply it, that will be a special bonus action rather than a full action.
Got it.
The properties of holy water are well documented. I may have to reference some notes I have, but if I can find a way to distill the mist, I can do some experiments.
John, I'll be right back. 1 second. Feel free to put the story on somebody else.
Ramul, you have a big-ass bronze chain on you. Rye is writing down a bread recipe, but what's going through your head?
I'm standing at the front door looking out. I have such an artifact. It's so great, John. Like, my people would be proud of me for what I have found and recovered today. This metal was just going to sit here and go to waste. I'm just proud of myself, a little arrogance, a little watching over my team, looking out the front doors. If any nonsense happens, it's a good day.
Okay.
Any day you can recover metal, that's a good day.
That's true. Party. Eventually, Terrence finishes his laborious process of cleaning the shrine and committing a prayer to a god of Agatharon, keeper of much knowledge. And John now questions you all. Do you remember where you were going after the stop?
I do.
Please tell me.
We were gonna head east to investigate the hole at the top of a hill
Indeed.
with a bunch of spidey webs.
Yep.
Big spidey webs.
Spider-Man's lair.
Okay. Party. So long as no one has disagreements or last-minute things they wish to state now, we will head into the wilderness.
Sounds good. We head east past the swamp.
We will head east past the swamp. John needs to move some stuff around his desk real quick. Also got some dice out.
Nick, did you claim that holy water and put it on your sheet?
I would have started to, insisting that if I can find a way to, pull the strange mist out of the air, I could do experiments with the two.
Okay.
Would you have started some shit?
No. If you
I
wanted to
welcome
claim
it.
then you would take it. You are the one who deals with alchemical substances.
Yeah.
I just didn't want it to get lost on nobody's sheet. That's all.
Parents,
All yours.
I forgot something.
Yes.
Now that I am checking my notes. You're a paladin, right?
I am.
Okay. Do you
So
have
he
your
says.
first spells yet?
Yes, I did.
Then you will recognize one last thing within this great, big, beautiful shrine. Within their component section, not inside the ritual room, but just like a simple pantry, basically, you will find that there is a pouch of 50 GP's worth of powdered silver, which can be used by some clerical components, such as the ceremony or I think it's a bless spell uses it. Just if you don't have a
Protection
holy
from
symbol.
good and evil, I believe.
So be it. This was left behind as well, but that is about it.
Also good for covering your weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will take it with me then.
Okay. I don't
It
know
says
if
you
you
can value.
plan to, for instance, do a wedding ceremony on any one of your 3 companions, but that would give them some bonuses to AC. So who knows what you guys may get up to in this adventure. Now I'm done.
I have a new line that I hadn't considered.
What's up?
Go on.
Familial marriage.
With your brother, yeah.
With your
With my stepbro.
Step bro. I thought it was half bro.
You
Half step,
tell
bro.
me. I insisted on full sibling. Half brother.
I insisted on half brother. I have no right to do so, but that's what I did.
Up to you, Andy.
I mean, I think the story will reveal it over time.
Based.
Find out in game. Yeah. Good response.
Party,
Right.
after some retracing of your step, finding your bearing, and then heading east into the woods, surrounded by mist and fog, you all shall travel. However, I do need someone to take point. Who is leading you all eastward towards the mountains and hills?
I got it.
Paladin?
I mean,
Right? Okay,
Right.
there you go.
I will
Those
take credit
things-
for it unless Ryan wants it.
I think I would actually look to Ramul and consider a dwarf to be the most outdoorsy among us, unless Terrence seems like the type.
Undergroundy.
Oh,
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll have my short bow out and walk ahead.
I want you to give me a survival check for me. I'm just gonna have you keep rolling dice, I assume.
Be careful, Rye.
It's the same roll.
Yeah.
We're the 12 kings right now, Mr. Andy.
Thanks for days.
Right, you know how to hold a direction, but you are a city slicker. The outdoors is awful. There is roots everywhere. There are trees everywhere. There's bugs everywhere. They're walking around rather than flying in this waterlogged hellhole. You fear momentarily that you're leading people into a swamp before you realize you've never been to a swamp before. Luckily, the ground is going up, so that's assumedly a good thing. But it's not like you're on a forest trail. So at one point, you're just like pushing through these stupid pine branches. They're awful. Everything's awful. You find a pine cone, you're like, what the fuck is this plant? You've never seen it before in your life. Is it a nut? Is it a cone? You're unsure.
How thick is the mist out here?
It's quite thick.
Like, how far out can we see? Can the person in the back see the person in the front? Can you see your hands in front of
It depends how
you?
close you guys are walking to. I would say that you have about...
Okay, so quite thick, it sounds like.
Yeah, how many C's on that?
I would say
thickness?
you have about 30 feet of vision.
Okay.
So,
Very
you know,
spoopy.
it's very spooky. You can't wait until it's dark, because you're fairly certain the moment it gets dark and this mist shows up, vision's going to come to like 5 feet. Like, even our dark vision boys, our elf and dwarf, are gonna be like, fuck, I'm blind. This sucks. This is what humans deal with constantly.
Rye lived on the streets in the city. Is it really that unpleasant for him?
I mean, there's a lot more fresh air, and a lot less homeless people, or drunks and beggars, and, you know, people. There's no people. It's just the three of you. Yeah, well, three of them plus you. So,
Gotcha.
you know, that's in your court. Is this unpleasant?
I mean, it's differently unpleasant, but if he's pushing through crowds, a wet city is pushing through a forest, right?
Yeah. Well, this forest likes to slap back at you when you push down a branch.
That's fair.
It comes back towards you. Not the best, for certain.
Yeah.
John is doing a little bit of snooping. Let's find out when you guys arrive. Who wants to roll a dice?
I'm in, John. I'm ready.
It sounds like
Go for
Eric's more vocal than your hand raised, Brian. So Eric, roll
Probably
me a
different, sorry.
1d12 because we had a 12 on our survival roll.
7.
7 hours of marching later.
Oh god.
Oh.
It is awful. You feel like you're getting lost at one point, Mr. Rye. Ramul, you're beginning to lose faith, if not never had faith to begin with, in this guy leading you forward. Terrence, I don't know. I have no key on what you believe. You want to tell me real quick? What do you think? 7 hours have passed of travel. Terrence, you're typing. You're not speaking.
I am. I'm so sorry. I'll stop making jokes and request that you repeat your statement, sir.
What do you believe after 7 hours of travel through this pine forest?
I'm worried that we're not going to end up getting to the location we're at, that we're lost. I'm not sure how we'll be able to get back in this mist. And I'm starting to think about what we need to do to set up camp to protect ourselves in case we get stuck here. I'm in flight mode right at this point.
What about you, Arturio?
I most certainly for the last 6 hours have been undermining my brother. I've been asking Rye at first very subtly and under my breath, not under my breath, but like very quietly and privately, like, hey, like, it shouldn't have taken this long, right? Like, you know where you're going, you know what you're doing. And at this point, it's like, we're gonna die out here. What you've got us lost again. Like, we wandered around the entire city for 12 hours when we were children, looking for our house because he thought he knew what he was doing. I should have never trusted you to, like, you're like, I love you, brother, but your sense of direction is not good. There's a reason when we go to, Wild Waves, Mom and Dad have me pick the lines for the rides because I know what I'm doing.
I just enjoy the journey.
No one is enjoying this journey. There's a murderer out there.
Oh, I am now enjoying this journey. Thank you, Rye. Oh, keep up the good work.
I'm enjoying it. Look at these beautiful birds.
Those birds,
30 feet
those birds could be. One of them could be a wild-shaped druid that's here murdering people, and it's stalking us. You don't know. You can't talk to animals. I know. I've talked to animals. I don't know that spell, but if we could talk, do you all know how to talk to animals?
Yes, I'm talking to you right now.
Hi, Tara. I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm an anime
Arturio
character.
freaks. Terrence is no longer the brave. He's in flight mode. Ramul, surely the party needs.
I'm having a
true
great
leadership.
time, actually. No, I'm having a great time. I'm doubling down on Rye, actually, because this is my new joy is watching his brother flip out over here. Just popcorn central. Rye, you're doing a great job, buddy. Don't listen to him. You got like keep getting in there. Like, all right, I'm supporting him. Like, I give the help action, right?
Get to good places.
Rye, give
The
me a
help
perception
action to
check.
wander aimlessly.
Hell yeah.
Give me a perception check at advantage because Ramul is helping you.
Me?
Yeah. He doubled down that you're the best leader that they have.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my god, you didn't even need advantage. Right, Arturio's bitching, but you haven't informed him or anyone else in the group that you guys got to the base of the hill hours ago. Literally 3.5 hours ago. You all arrived, and you have been leading them in circles for your own entertainment because you thought the walk was too short.
Just nice to be out of the city sometimes.
I'm just enjoying the fresh air.
I think at some point Arturio's like, we've seen this branch before.
And it's a great branch.
You have no idea where we're going. We should head back.
You're a great branch manager, okay? Like,
If only
keep
we could
doing
see
it.
You-
the sun.
If you leave, you'll miss our destination. We're so close.
Yeah, we
I'm
don't wanna
hungry,
mi-
okay?
We
need a
wouldn't want to
break.
miss out. Let's keep going forward. Come on, Ryan. Let's keep going.
Rye, sensing that Terrence,
Incredible.
the only one who isn't having fun at the expense of Arturio, it looks to be like actually waning in resolve. Do you lead them up the hill?
Yeah, absolutely.
You lead them
I
up.
think I found it. I pull aside the branch that I know has been hiding the last step of our path.
Arturio, a miracle has happened. A singular stone step built into the earth itself is viewed. And although the rest are mostly buried, you will find that there is a small path, quite steep, that you can begin clambering up this hill. Vegetation surrounds this path, but if you kick off the dirt and reveal the grass, you can find that many stone steps are just a few inches underneath the topsoil. Trees have not rooted here for obvious reasons. They have attempted to, but cannot. You all clamber up for maybe 15 minutes or so, passing by more vegetation clinging to this hill, until it evens out. Above you, through the fog, you can see a steep cliff face that leads to a high mountain, which shadows this entire area, as well as a 30-foot wide stone entrance into the deep of the mountain. Above this, or no, not above, to the side, there is a stone marker, we'll call it. Much like a flood marker in our world that says do not cross if water is above this level. But instead, it is a coded thing written in Elvish. Does anyone speak Elvish?
Melon. No, I do not.
I do.
No, but I can read it, John.
Can you read it?
Yeah,
How? Tell us.
Where do I
Wait,
get my
because I am a
link?
warlock. I have the eyes, John.
Oh.
The eyes.
Before we get into the words, did we know there was a structure here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hunter
What-
told you guys to come out here.
The hunter told us, yeah.
Right. He said there was like a cave, but I don't remember him saying there was like
I
a.
didn't have time for a dissertation on it.
Cave, tunnel.
It's
His
kinda
arm was
dying.
entirely crushed. They were about to amputate him apart.
He's missing legs. Like,
Asshole could have at
honestly,
least left some notes.
John's gonna pull the excuse of John was super tired and fucked up. He doesn't
Okay.
remember what he said to you.
Okay.
What
Okay.
you described.
I don't remember
is
either.
Exactly what we see, John.
You see a 30-foot wide tunnel entrance, as well as this fucking marker written in Elvish. Do you want to read the marker? Ramul approaches with his great big chain. Who else approaches to read?
I will also approach, as I can read Elvish.
You can read Elvish.
Completely forgetting the anxiety he was experiencing not but 45 fucking seconds ago, and always having to act like the smartest guy in the room. Arturio walks forward. Oh, an old Elvish dialect. Oh, I might have seen this particular one before. It's been a while since I studied. The languages weren't my primary focus, and then
Ramul and Terrence have already
yeah,
read.
they're
I put
they're
my
done.
hand on Ramul's shoulder and say, "Let's see where he goes with this."
yeah. Let it hang. Let it hang.
I think
I was
this
looking up.
this particular character here, I think it refers to either curse or maybe earth. They sound very much like curse and earth are slant rhymes of one another. I think this character is a word that's a what?
Quit guessing my poem! Fuck you!
Wait, really?
Yeah, you're getting real close to the truth. How dare you?
Okay, well, I think he somehow manages to land on the money that this is a poem, but the words he is completely off on.
Okay.
Yeah.
It reads thusly, and I do have this copy pasted, but I'm gonna read it out since John fucking wrote it, and he's a thespian at heart.
Let's hear it.
Those of heat, those of cold, those of who stand to lose it all, and those who wish to rob the old. You who come into this lair shall learn of which we all despair. Begone, begone, be you divine, filled of righteous ire. You shall learn a foe that does not tire. Be you mortal, seeking treasures, below holds nothing to sustain your pleasures. Begone, begone, do not descend, you who know not what you offend. A pact was made to keep what lays below forgot. Do not undo what peace we've bought. Begone, begone, or prepare to fail. This is not the start of a heroic tale. All below is doom and dark. Do not trick yourself from what we now hark. Begone, begone, forget this place. Leave behind this last disgrace. Should you climb down this long tower, prepare to meet our deadly power. Either way, you shall be gone. Come what may, this day will dawn. And then, when I finish posting this in our Roll20, bye-bye. Wow, that looks like shit. Thanks, Roll20.
My God.
Indeed.
Nailed it.
You will see that at the bottom of this warning stone is graffiti. Graffiti most foul upon this ancient elven text, written in base human common. Remul, you being closest to the ground will see this first. Carved within the stone, as if someone had the Shapestone spell memorized and then cast upon this, a cursive handwriting will be read. Wow, this looks important. Too bad I can't read Elvish. Hopefully it isn't a curse on my entire bloodline again. If you're reading this message and a sign isn't posted saying conquered, I probably died in here. The passphrase to my hat of shielding is disarray. Don't forget to feed it. Marked S2.
S2.
Yep.
I say this out loud as I'm reading it.
Like the letter and the number?
Like the letter and the number.
S2. Something the second? Maybe?
You post that in the Roll20 as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
That's a big hunk of graffiti.
It's a huge chunk of graffiti.
That's a graffiti dissertation.
It is. The S2 looks more artistic than what I have written.
Yeah, it's like the dollar signs that people make in school, right? With like the lines.
I called those
the
Superman.
thing.
Yeah,
Nice.
Okay.
it's so colloquially, it's across generation. Like everybody knows it. It's incredible.
Assuming that this is translated.
I have read this out too. Yeah.
A foe that does not tire. And they make a remark, be you divine, filled of righteous ire. Is there something down here the gods dislike?
Called the March of Time. Everybody dislikes it.
John, in hearing the graffiti read out, is there any hidden message in Thieves' Cant in the graffiti?
It's
I'd
pretty
be able to
blatant.
read that.
No thieves canting.
Okay,
I'm sorry to give you that hard no, but
it's okay.
indeed.
It's a smart
I
thing to
figured
ask.
someone who's out to steal treasure might leave a secret message in
Perhaps.
a thief lane. Worth checking.
Only blatant message this time. Use all your abilities though. That's like important. I like that. I don't know. I guess it's time to go down. I'm ready to fight what's down there. I don't need treasure or this other bullshit it's talking about. I need to fight something.
Well, it's explicitly saying there is no treasure here.
Yeah, but then it goes on later to be like, yo, come fight us. It's literally challenging me.
No, what they're saying is we've paid a great and terrible price to trap something here and also and keep something here, but they also have, put traps and other magic that will keep others out. It is
Arturio. It seems whatever's been trapped here has been unleashed on this countryside.
Right here.
Terrence,
Prepare to meet our deadly power. All right? I'm going to go meet that deadly power, and I start walking in, John.
That is simply an assumption.
Ramul has walked into this tunnel filled with mist. It is quite heavy. In fact, it's never been heavier, Ramul.
That rust taste in my mouth?
Delicious, nutritious, out of this world.
But I thought it tasted like
I get to the end of my yarn, John, and I pull on it. I don't know who's connected to the other end.
Terrence begins to head in.
Oh dear.
I push Art.
Can someone cast the light spell on the yarn, please? Thank you.
Let's go.
Yeah, I can cast. I think I have light or something else like it.
You said you.
I do have light. Yes.
For the purposes of this yarn, it will not be affected because the yarn is longer than 10 feet in any dimension. Because if it wasn't, then you guys would not be able to walk so easily.
Right. Yeah. I'll grab a torch.
I'll hold my shield up.
Oh.
I don't know how a light spell works. All right. I'm just shouting things.
I'll cast it on your shield. That's fine.
Okay.
I'll face it in front of us and lead the way in.
You will rush ahead of Ramul, lead the way in, and John will begin updating tokens with light. We're about to go into our first little battle map here, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler. Battle.
Indeed. Rather, our first token map. Though, battle will undoubtedly be a thing. Due to the fog, though, this bright light will not be nearly as effective as one would hope. It will be at half strength going. John tests the limits of this thingy. Why do you have...
Oh, we're gonna test some limits, John.
Oh, yeah?
The limits of your patience.
True. Do we have any other light sources I should know about? Because it's about to get real foggy for you guys.
I like my hooded lantern.
Congratulations, Andy. You've unlocked an achievement. You were the first person ever in the history of this game to use a hooded lantern.
It's quite true.
True. I have plenty of torches if someone wants one.
Okay. Party, we're going to go on a quick break real quick. And when we come back, we will do our first level of this dungeon. Prepare yourselves. Woo.
Thanks, John.
All right. Fuck you, Andy, first of all. Second of all, welcome back, everybody, to Mists of Rule! Guys, we rule here in Rule. But tis. I'm going to bring this on to our new battle map, and if God loves me, it will show up on stream. Hello! Yes, let me go ahead and drag everybody to where your characters are. Doop. Or not.
As punishment for trolling the Dungeon Master, my first hooded lantern just broke.
Party, welcome to the dynamic lighting experience for Mists of Rule and also Jumpgate. You will all notice that we have a great big animated fog filled with darkness, with shadow. Light is quite hard to see with right now. But here we are. In our first ever dungeon. We need to get rid of this fucking elevator music right now.
You know that the shape of the map is different on my screen than it is on the stream.
Yeah, it's because you guys have the sight of your tokens rather than... Unless the stream is weird. Yeah, it's fine.
So we can see spoilers on the stream?
No, you cannot.
My God.
Does the stream follow somebody's lighting before we
It
get
follows
in there?
all of your lightings.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to be super immersed, do not look at the stream.
Done and noted.
I am looking for the right soundtrack that I had picked out here, but I do not see it, and I am an idiot. There we go.
Whoa.
Yes?
Don't talk about my friend like that.
Here we go. Alright. Party! You have access to your tokens, just for me to make sure that everyone's health is correct. Ramul, you have 18 HP, yeah?
Yeah.
Paladin, you have 24.
Yep.
Rogue, you have 19.
Correct.
And then Alchemist, you have 18.
Correct.
Alright, your tokens are at the correct health. You are free to quietly move around, but I will warn you, one of you has the light cantrip on it, on their character, and they will be able to be seen by not just your party members, but the creatures that may be inside of here.
Sorry, John. Do you mind if I light a torch?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you have a free hand to do so?
Yeah, I'm not carrying anything.
Let me go ahead and light your torch for you. As a special condition here within this very foggy, very misty area, you will find that all light is reduced by half. I believe a torch is 20/20 or 15/15. What is that?
Torches are 15/15?
Are they 15/15?
Oh boy, it's
Is it
been
a
while.
human torch?
It's a bright light 20. Oh, it's 20/20.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, you're right.
The same as the lights.
Okay. Thank you.
Can I light my hooded lantern?
It is already lit.
For you, Andy, you may need to rotate your character to direct the light.
It is not conal. It should follow.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I love that they now have like this dot in the corner of your character that is not obstructed by your other buttons on your character token.
The
That's
map
great.
will update once you click and drag your token, so maybe that's the reason why some of you are blind. If you are.
Nope. I see just fine. I will move in front of everybody
Oh yes, please do.
to show the
Okay.
passage.
You are beginning to see the opening of this area, Mr. Paladin. Cutting through cobwebs, I will have you stop at that threshold, if you do not mind.
Of course.
Hey, I said stop. Mr. Rogue, I see you shuffling around.
Sorry. I'm curious about this cobweb on the wall. It's like
These
There's some
cobwebs are indeed quite spooky, quite long. This is a 30-foot wide entrance, guys. This is not the most unboding thing, I suppose. But I do want to point out just how quiet it is as you enter this area. You're all fairly certain you could hear a pin drop, but even your paladin, who is in chainmail, isn't making noise right now. There is a hushed quiet that surrounds you. You are free to move around the cabin.
Try to talk to our party. I try to talk to a party member. It sounds like it's very quiet in here. Can you hear me? I walk up to the paladin.
You can hear him, but he is like several octaves lower than you thought he would be. From what you're used to, even.
Whoa! Right-click a token, everyone. You can ping everyone. You can click character sheet. You can add turn.
I can focus.
I don't see where delete on yours is. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mine must be broken. Yeah, so I basically cling to our paladin buddy. Wherever you're moving, Brian, I'm moving. Call me Klinger, if you will.
Well,
For those of you who've never used the tokens before, if you click them and you hit the E key, you can scroll and turn them in different directions.
E.
Hey, John.
Hold the E. Click token, hold E, scroll.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Brother, where are you going?
I'm just curious.
Maybe we should stay together?
Yeah, stay with me. I got you.
Before you,
a door.
everyone, please quiet down. Before you is the first error John has made, known as revealing a slit through this door that he overlooked. LOL.
I don't see a slit.
I didn't see it. Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, you're good.
Must be only on stream.
At least for our rogue here. Our rogue has found a stone door. Which I at first thought would bleed through the map, but has not. Very cool.
Is there a handle?
There is.
I lightly, as if you were testing an interior door during a house fire, gingerly touch the handle.
It is a solid stone.
The handle is stone as well?
Uh-huh. It has very easy give to it, despite its heavy nature. It's almost as if it wants to be opened.
Hey, party, I'm gonna gently nudge this door open if that's cool with everybody. Yes. And I, standing back on my back foot, I hook the door open with my other foot.
Immediately, the door, although the art asset doesn't because it's a static 2D image, the door swings open quite readily there. And in this room, the fog is not nearly as bad. But for the purposes of light, it's going to stay that way. Because I don't fucking care to deal with it.
Remove, come with us.
Yep, was watching behind.
Take a look at the circle in front of me, John. What is it that I see?
You will see a relatively low to the floor brazier. This brazier is made out of a similar stone as the walls, but is currently ringed by two concentric layers of gold. In the basin, there are coals that seem to be already burnt, I suppose. They're from some unknown fuel source, I would note. In the corner to the right of this room, the rightmost corner, you will find a big old bag, a broken shovel, as well as a broken pickaxe. There is also a sconce, which is hooked to the wall.
Oh, thank God. Secure room where we may rest and dry out. I feel like my clothes are all damp from that mist. And I'll go ahead and just brazenly stick my torch down in the brazier to try and light the coals.
You will watch as your torch, rather than the flames jumping to this clear fuel source, merely wraps around them. The ignition point seems to be quite high for this room's brazier.
God damn it. Ugh. They must be dead.
I will take my... Go ahead, Dak. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
And while you're doing whatever I do, I'll step towards the sconce to light it as well.
Sconce is but a
just to hold
metal
the holder.
holder for a torch.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stick my torch in the sconce for the moment, and I'll then begin to inspect this a little more. Go ahead, Brian.
What's in the bag in the corner, you said?
Yeah, move your token there.
Yeah, I inspect the bag.
You inspect this beautiful burlap sack, which seems to have survived being here, which is, first of all, fucking weird, I suppose. I mean, I guess you don't know when this place was built, but just from what you heard of the...
You're saying it seems out of time in some ways?
It does seem a little out of time, for sure. It seems a little,
cool.
You know, petrified. Dry.
I know what Andy's doing.
Is he being a weirdo?
He's being a food boy.
Okay.
What? I am
You'll
not.
stick your hand in and you will find maybe... Gosh, I want to say... Well, first you'll feel the rough grains, and then you will pull out salt.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, what feels like salt, what tastes like salt.
I was gonna say, I do taste it to make sure.
Yeah, it tastes salty.
All right. Hey guys, this bag's full of salt. I think.
It's not full. It's, you know, it has a couple inches of salt in it. For
and
sure.
I note that salt is one of the ingredients in the sourdough recipe that I copied down. So I squirrel some away, the appropriate proportion to the sack of flour that I already have.
Okay.
Wonderful.
And then well, I'm not magical, right? Not yet, anyways. I'm not an arcane rogue yet. Okay.
No magic man for you.
Cool. What would you use salt for in a space like this? Some sort of circular arrangement, perhaps? This circular thing on the floor? Anyone with relationship to spells or magic have any thoughts about that?
Salt circles are a common
what?
alchemical, magical, and superstitial practice. We could certainly sprinkle some around in the middle of these gold circles. Perhaps it might activate some sort of sigilled magic.
Real quick.
Yeah.
What is your passive perception?
My PP. 1 second. Let's take a look. 10.
His
I'm kind of
PP
standing at the door.
Your PP is a 10?
There's no one to fight here, John. So like, what am I even doing? Like, they're gonna get snuck up on. All right, you know. Or I get to sick the bad thing on them and then get the fuck out of here. So I'm standing at the door.
All right.
You're in the dark to me.
He's in
You're
the
the
dark.
light to me.
You have dark vision.
That's right.
They have light.
Gotcha.
Better for him to stay away from us in some senses.
I do want to point out,
Yeah.
Rumul, that in the dark, you will not hear anything of great note, but you do feel a
Quiet.
wisp of wind moving throughout the room. The fog is so heavy and so dark, it appears to be moving on its own, but still, you can't help but get the sneaking suspicion something is in this room with you. Thank you for playing with laser beams, guys.
Pew pew pew.
I assume that they can hear me, so I speak at my normal voice because I'm not used to this situation. I'd be like, "Did anyone feel that?" I assume I'm too far away from them for them to hear me because we're in the silent zone.
They will hear you, but it sounds like you're several feet away
whispering.
rather than the mere 20. Yeah, 20-ish, 30-ish feet. Quit playing. It's the fucking special
It's too
effect.
fun.
Well,
I
rather
was-
than messing around. I'll take my sword, and I will sift through the coals that are here and see if there's anything hiding underneath them. And if there's nothing, then I'm going to go over to Ramol to hear what he's saying.
Give me a quick investigation check as you dig through the coals with your sword. You will find that at the base of this brazier, rather than the hard stone floor you were expecting it to be sat upon, it is instead fixed on what appears to be some sort of metal plate. Not like a pressure plate, but like something directly above it to keep the brazier off the floor.
Like a basin of some kind.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. I will see if I can, what do I have with me here? I have a shovel. I'll see if I can lift the plate up to see if there's anything underneath it or if it's just the stone floor.
It is... You will find a part of the brazier itself.
Oh, okay.
It's not like a separate piece.
Alright. I'm not sure if Terrence sees any significance with that. Upon learning this, I'll move over towards Ramol, trying not to destroy his dark vision, but trying to listen to him.
As
I,
you,
for
go-
one,
Yeah,
am exhausted from our 12-hour hike.
roll my eyes.
Do we want to get some rest before we investigate the rest of this dungeon?
We rest every 20 feet in the dungeon, Arturio. We're going to be here forever.
My feet are blistered.
I'm
And-
aware. You've been telling
and-
us that for the past 6 hours.
You saw the sun's nearly setting. It's late.
Why don't you sit on this nice, comfy sack of salt? And
It was
just
Let the big boys adventure.
it was a long day before we even met to take the ferry. Okay,
take a minute.
I
Sat
haven't
around on the
eaten
ferry.
in like 12 hours.
Whose fault is that then?
Why didn't you take a yam from the nice people at the
Yeah.
Daffodil?
They didn't look that appetizing.
I mean,
Tigers cannot be choosers, Arturio.
yeah. Sorry, we don't have access to the commissary at the academy. Your surely well-paid underlings provide you with constant roasted meats and ready meals, but sometimes you got to plan for your own food.
Fine, if you insist. And I'll dig into my bag, grab some rations, and start chewing on some like dried meat, like really, really tough meat. And I'll be like just
Hardtack.
chewing on that, yeah, with one hand while carrying the torch way behind the group as we move on.
Are we done with this room?
I was gonna lay a handful of salt in a nice little circle after hearing for the first time in my life about salt circles.
Just around
My
you,
brother.
or where?
I don't know, in the between the rings of gold, the brazier. That's what I was trying to mark with the effects before, but you weren't happy about it, so
Well, someone was throwing fireballs at you, Andy. Oh, that's super cool. Oh, look at that. There's string cheese or silly string in the now. Or cum.
With this whipped cream. Yep.
Exactly. Rye, you do this action, throwing salt on, well, not throwing, but gently pouring salt in a ring around the brazier. And sure
You
enough,
sprinkle
as
some
you
over my
do
left
that
shoulder as
little
well.
arm fall thing to finish off what's left in your palm, you will notice that who keeps putting this? Get out of here!
It's off the map. Where'd it go? Oh, I still see it.
Good. You will see a green spark of ignition upon the coals. As
Your
John
torch.
sends this to the shadow layer. No. They changed my hotkeys. How do I send
Banish
things
it to the shadow realm.
Indeed.
The Shadow Realm.
And sure enough, the torch, or rather the sconce, also gains a little bit of light. Oh, why are there so many layers? John asked himself.
Well done, Rye. I was right.
Yeah. Yes, you were right. Great idea. And
I was actually just considering we could use the flour to ignite the coals, but this worked even better.
What does your alchemical background teach you about green fire like this?
Typically associated with the infernal, but can be made through a number of minerals.
And as you
being
say
burned.
that, something pops out of the flames, looks at you like a little devil, and I need everyone to roll for initiative right now.
Right
Good.
click.
Right
Right,
now.
meow.
Turn.
Click on your token. Click the initiative button.
Click initiative.
What's the initiative button?
It is
so-
on your character sheet, towards the top next to your AC.
Right above your hit points.
Right above your hit points.
He got it.
Very cool. I'm going to go ahead and do our first little combat here where we are rat battling, guys.
Love
It's
rat
been
battle.
quite some time. It looks like Eric Goldenblade. That doesn't seem like your right name, Eric.
Yeah,
you
I go
are first
by
to
many
respond,
names.
having been quite alert this entire time.
This is what I was waiting for, John. Finally, something to fight. We're firing. I fire the cannon. Does a 24 hit?
A 24 will indeed hit most things
good.
in life.
Good.
But before that, I want you to describe to me what this agonizing blast of Eldritch energy looks like.
The blast looks like smoke coming from my fingers and then coalesces into a beam that then shoots out.
What a smoke show.
You
For one.
Maybe it's because this thing seems to be made out of mist itself, but smoke does not seem to affect it nearly as much as you'd hoped.
And then I move my 25. Oh, I can get to it. That's good. Boop.
You rush forward, sword in hand, as
That's
this
right.
thing pops out of the flames, says something in what appears to be like a language made out of like an iron board and steamer. We'll get right up here on the guy who summoned him, and we'll do what is known as claw you, Mr. Andy, my man. Whoosh, fire damage for 16, I mean. Does a 16 hit your AC?
Yes, my AC is 15.
Alright. It will slash you for 4 slashing and 3 fire damage as its steamy, misty claws rake into your already scarred face. Please go ahead and subtract some hit points for me as it becomes Nick's turn, also known as Arturio.
I will drop the jerky and torch at my feet, grab my dagger, step forward, and stab at this thing as I see it attacking my brother. I think when it summons, he is surprised and filled with fear. But seeing it attack his brother, something kicks in and he snaps out of it. However, he misses.
You will critically fumble, almost stabbing your brother in the melee. Rye, you are a rogue, and you are being attacked in melee. This sucks. What do you do?
He's like right in my face, right?
Yep. He just clawed it.
Yeah, I whip out my dagger and mid-claw just go straight for his pink throat.
Alright. This hellish demon from beyond the veil is stabbed. Make a weapon attack against it, please.
Nice.
My GM thing is super laggy, but I see that you rolled a 19 to hit. Why don't you go ahead and click that dagger button underneath 2060 and make sure your sneak attack is enabled on your character sheet, because you definitely got
shit
from this.
Okay, it was not when I clicked it. Do I do it again?
You can just click sneak attack or roll me a 1d6. Perfect. For 10 points
nice.
of piercing damage.
Well, I thought I didn't get sneak attack because I don't have. I guess
you get sneak attack for two things. One, if you have advantage on the attack roll, and two, if an ally is within 5 feet. If you have either of those conditions, you get it.
Got it. Cool.
I don't know why my GM screen is lagging, but nothing else is. Weird.
I would also... Can I take my cunning action and get the fuck away from this thing?
You sure can. That is your bonus action to activate it, and then you have a movement. I'm having to refresh my Roll20. If you give me a single second.
Take the disengage action.
There we go. Indeed.
What's the difference between dash and disengage?
Dash, you double your movement. Or you take your movement again. Which I think is more accurate to say.
Whereas disengage, so in this system, if you move away from an enemy and leave their melee range, if they have a weapon or if they're a monster, they can attack you as you are retreating. But disengage keeps your defenses up as you leave and move away from them.
Okay, then I will use my action to disengage.
Yeah, please take your movement as we will move on to Terrence.
All right, Terrence will move.
What's happening to me?
To this position here, and I'm going to swing my longsword at this devil.
Swing away.
24.
A 24 definitely hits for 4 slashing.
Only 4. And then that will be my turn.
Alrighty.
I will tell Arturio to come stand next to me.
Arturio, you have been beckoned as Ramul. You are in swinging distance.
It's hammer time, John. Does a 19
you hammer
hit?
away.
8.
There we go. And 8 points of damage will bring it down quite low, but not low enough. Its body is formed, looking like it's about to detonate.
I use my bonus action to swipe at the salt over here to break the circle so another imp doesn't pop out of the...
Yeah, for sure. You swipe away the salt, but the green fire stands.
That's fine. Okay, that's mine. Thank you.
Okay. This creature will do what is known as use a breath weapon. Boys, that's right. First battle has a breath weapon in it. I hope you're ready. Where is my beautiful Smoke. A 15-foot cone. That is going to hit Ramul, Terrence, as well as Rye. As a hot... Yes, I know, right? Thanks, Nick. Bitch. I will need you to make me DC 10 dexterity saving throws. Thank you. Or suffer 1d8 fire damage, which did not automatically roll because I forgot to put brackets.
Looks like I will be the one taking the damage.
Half as much on a success. So you will suffer... Oh, we max roll it, baby. My passers, you will suffer 4 fire damage. My failer, you will suffer 8. That is its full turn. Arturio.
Having the effect of its breath weapon kind of obfuscated by its body, but seeing it kind of like begin to engorge, I'll shout out to the rest of them like, these things tend to detonate when they die. Make sure to get away, and I'll disengage and run away.
You will disengage and run away.
And then I'll ready an action to stab it if it follows me.
Understood.
Disengaging is your main action?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, I cannot. I'll be trembling with my dagger in my hand.
Okay. That brings us to Rye. Rye, you just got blasted by hot steam. What do you do?
Yep. Pull out my short bow and fire over Terrence's shoulder.
Okay, do you want to take your movement first, out of curiosity?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Actually, can I take my cunning action and take a big old dash?
Yeah, if you'd like.
Yeah.
Do
I'm gonna get over
know how far
here.
you're moving, Andy? You can like left click hold on your token and then right click, and then you know how far you're moving.
It's true.
Left click, hold on
But
my
you
token,
have
and
definitely
right
made it well within your movement. You may freely shoot, rather than me giving this thing cover for you shooting through your friend. You now have a clear shot at it.
click. Where's my movement?
It is on your character sheet. It should be close to AC, if I remember.
It's listed as speed.
Yes.
Oh, speed. Okay, but the dash means I could do double, right? I mean,
Yes.
That's right.
theoretically.
You take your speed twice.
Short bow. Oop.
An 8, unfortunately, is not good enough to hit this thing's AC of
Whiff.
10. That was your movement, action, bonus action. That brings us to Terrence.
I ready an action to swing my longsword at this the moment that Rumul moves away.
The hero. Ramul, Terrence has signaled to you that he is going to cut this thing in twain. That was cute.
That was cool.
Yes.
He's twaining this thing.
He's twaining.
Okay,
he's
well,
twaining.
I'm not gonna let him be a kill stealer over here, John. I swing at it.
You will hit, it will be strick, and it will burst. I need you both to make me DC 10 dex saves again, but only you two
Dex
this time. Specifically, all creatures within 5 feet.
Oh, no. All ones, baby.
All ones.
For 3 fire damage. Who is doing this to
Method.
us, guys? Who is trolling?
I'll never admit it.
It's hard to say, John, who it could be. It's impossible to know.
Is this safe or
They
half?
got-
No,
they
this
got
is
rid
a
of
save
burst.
or suck thing. So if you pass, you take no damage.
I knew when it
Guys.
was gonna explode, so
It does indeed explode. Thank you. Alright, I'm deleting it now. Alright, it's gone. Good job. I can't believe we're
It
gonna have to do
evaporates.
this fight several more times.
Hey, really quickly. Hey, Andy. Click and drag your guy, but before you set it down, hit the right click button while you're still dragging it.
that's what I was trying to describe. Yeah, earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But, like-
I get it.
But you can like see the distance of movement.
You can make waypoints too if you right click again.
Get it?
Click, 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 click.
Party!
Anyways,
A light has been lit. One of you celebrates by doing a 100-foot dash, all around the room and fire.
I'll run up to the brazier and I'll start like smearing the salt, um, and like blowing it away from like here.
The salt is gone,
finishing. Perfect.
but the fire
It's
remains.
And then I'll walk over here, pick up my meat stick and my torch, and resume chomping. So,
Are there any messages to read in the fire, John? Do I recognize this type of fire from like my patron or anything? So I stare into the
Definitely
fire
not your
closely. Yeah. Okay. Look at this thing more closely for like writing on it or anything like that.
Yeah, give me a quick little investigation.
17.
A nat 17.
Oh.
Ramul, you start looking for any signs of what has been, or rather, what magic just summoned that creature, that weird impish winged steam entity. And you will find there is indeed a beautiful little symbol written on the rim, the outer rim of this brazier. Effectively, this thing is surrounded by a gnomish arcane ritual. Or spell.
Would I be able to recognize the writing that it's gnomish, or do I just be able to read it?
Oh, that's true. Well,
Just as a point of
I
order.
can read
he's out of
gnomish.
the bottle.
Okay, we have somebody who can read gnomish. Boom.
Alright.
Hey, there's writing here. Did anyone notice this? It says da 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 da. Like, it says. This is like
It's basically
incantation.
like looking at computer code, just for magic.
Yeah.
It's quite...
Yeah.
It's almost meaningless with what is written down.
Arturio, who to this point has like immediately latched on to any sort of like academic or like passively academic thing, has just been possessed by it. But he picks up his torch and his meat, his jerky, takes a bite, and then immediately drops them again and rushes over to Rye and says, "Look at your arm! That is nasty. I need to bandage this immediately." And then I will, upon Rumul telling me, like, "Oh, there's some gnomish over here," I'm like, "That can wait." And I'm like reaching into my bag to like get some bandages and address this wound.
Yeah, I guess we can short rest here.
Yeah, if you want to
Is
spend
that
an
what you're
hour to
implying?
short rest.
I would be willing to rest. I've been burned a few times.
Does anyone
Oh,
close the
well,
door?
well, well. Now we're willing to take a rest, I see.
Does anyone close the door?
I go stand at the door.
The mist is coming. It's seeping into this room. It's been seeping into this room.
I grab the. Can I borrow the vial of like holy water? Arturio.
For what purpose?
Testing.
We only have
Uh,
one you.
What is your hypothesis? What's your null hypothesis?
That you're busy with your brother and you should give me the vial.
Just don't waste
Sound
it,
logic.
okay? And I'll toss you the vial.
I grab the vial and I walk over to the mist that's seeping in. I keep the vial like near it. Does like anything happen, John? Just, like,
He's using it like a magnet.
or like yeah,
check.
like the polarity. Is the polarity like reversed from
Star
the?
of Elendil, alright.
Yeah.
Give me a religion check.
Click.
In
18,
your
obvious.
hands, Ramul, also known as
Just
Willis,
kinda
parentheses Eric.
Alas.
Spencer, Rashad.
The fog continues to seep around your feet, rolling into you. However,
Well-
if you close the door, you will make a barrier for it.
Hey,
Yeah,
John, what
I'm
if,
gonna close the door.
John, what if I tossed him one of the regular vials of water that I fucked up?
I don't
I'm
know.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So,
Yeah, there you go. Put me away. Yeah, 100%. I give back the vial.
I'll be like wrapping the wound of Rye's arm or wherever he was slashed. I just posited
This is
an arm.
nice.
And I'll say, I think it attacked you because you were the one that summoned it by placing the salt circle. We'll have to come up with a plan next time if there's anything else like this that we feel we should activate, but we should also be a lot more careful.
I remembered why I wanted to know if anyone closed the door. Ramul, as you are shutting the door, listening in on the conversation of two brothers, one of whom hates the other, you will look across the fog and see a green light on a sconce that you had not seen prior. I will not bait you out of this door as you close it, but I did want to make mention of it.
It's the same. That's the one in this room, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and the torch that was sitting in there has been, annihilated by the green flame, I assume.
It was described as in the hand of the alchemist.
Got it.
I had dropped it.
Oh, okay, understand.
Like I had placed it in the sconce after failing to light the brazier, and then I dropped it as soon as the monster was summoned.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, I quietly lean over to Brian's character and say to him so the other party members can't hear. Maybe we have to light up more of these while we're down here. There is a lit up torch, like the one on the wall there, out in the main corridor. Some turning on the lights around here.
We should take more of the salt with us when we go.
Yeah, just take the whole bag.
I will try and convince the party that we need a long rest.
I will giggle
These cuts are deep.
and ask you why.
I would like to take a nap. My brother's wounds are deep, and I have some other business to attend to.
In your
Are they? I walk up. I walk up behind you. Are they even that deep? As I put my hand on your leg because I'm short.
I protest. These they're fine. They'll heal on their own. And then I look over my shoulder and say, he will be much more sufferable if we let him rest.
Okay, you have an hour. Go take your nap.
John, are we using the 1 hour, 8 hour rules?
Yes. We're using normal.
We're superheroes.
Yeah. We're using normal rest mechanics, not gritty realism.
Sure. So I'll take like a 30-minute nap, wake up, and then before our short rest is ended, I will talk to my brother and ask him to take off his armor for a minute. What kind of armor do you have, Andy?
Light armor.
It's
leather armor.
Leather armor. Okay, I'll have you take off your leather armor if you're willing.
Sure.
And then I will take out some tools, some like tinkering tools. And with this kind of like hook needle, I'll use the back side and I'll begin pressing into the leather and drawing like geometric symbols on it. And it's clear that this is going to take a long time.
Okay. What you doing there?
I'm tinkering with your armor. I'm imbuing some magic into it. Small amount, nothing major, but it should toughen the leather up a bit.
It's been
Also make it
tough for me over this last few years. What magic?
It's something called an infusion. It will provide make it a little lighter, let you move a little easier. It'll be tougher, but also more flexible. Just a little bit, enough to give you a slight edge.
You've done this before?
Oh yes.
Successfully?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I practiced at the academy.
Hmm.
All right.
Carry on, I suppose.
if you'd like to catch some shut eye, it'll be done by the time you wake.
John is going to step in here because he didn't realize that you would need 4 successive long rests to do your infuse items.
Is it 4? It says when you finish a long
You
rest,
can do 1 per long rest.
Yes, correct.
But you have more than 1, right?
I have 4 options. I can only do 2
All right.
total infusions.
So what I'm going to say, for the purposes of narrative, Arturio did know how to do infusions, and he's not bullshitting Rye. And he had prepared them slightly in advance so that we can just knock this out.
Okay. Maybe I was doing some of this on the ferry and on our journey to meet up with the rest of the party, and I'm finishing it up.
I'm being merciful is what I'm being.
Yeah.
An artificer, which I normally are never. All right, how dare you? First of all,
I know. I'm just lucky you're allowing me to play an artificer in the first place.
I'm humble and kind as well. Arturio, who do you give what to?
I am giving Andy's armor enhanced defense.
Okay.
Andy, increase your armor class by 1 while you are wearing this armor.
I will do that for you, Andy, for the sake of
I can do
kindness. It. No, I'm doing it right now. Don't fuck
I
with me.
can do it.
No, you don't know where it is, and neither do I.
No! So I'll go ahead and mark 1
Andy!
infusion as used.
You bastard.
I don't expect this game to do a live character sheet that, like, I can flip the pages on while you're looking at it.
All right. What's the other infusion you're doing?
Oh, shit! Okay, oh boy.
And we're gonna explain how a short rest works, so...
I was curious about that myself.
I don't know if I have the social clout with Terrence to want to do this right now, but okay, you know what? I'm gonna give this to myself. I'm gonna give myself Mind Sharpener.
Okay.
My dagger while I'm holding it. Oh no, this is on robes. So my robes are ornate and have some sort of like
so rather than giving it to the paladin who has bless and a bunch of concentration
spells,
fuck
that guy.
Oh.
He's a paladin. He's an asshole.
What concentration spells do you have real quick? Just for the...
Right now, my prepared ones are Detect Magic and Tasha's Caustic Brew. I also have Fairy Fire and Expeditious Retreat, which are not currently prepared. Those are all my level 1 concentration spells.
You have Fairy Fire?
I do. It's not prepared at the moment. Though. It is. It is really good.
Guys, a short rest is something that needs an hour-long resting period within the narrative where you are doing nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, or tending to wounds. A character can spend 1 or more hit dice at the end of a short rest up to the character's maximum number of hit dice, which is equal to the character's level. For each hit dice spent in this way, the player rolls the die and adds the character's Constitution modifier to it. The character regains hit points equal to the total number of a minimum of 0. So if you have negative con and you can't roll above a 5, then get fucked, basically. You can decide to spend an additional hit dice after each consecutive roll, so it's not a pool that you just throw out. So knock out your hit dice by clicking hit dice on your character sheet, Andy, and you will recover that much health. For instance, Shadow just rolled an 11, meaning he will regain 11 hit points, and if he so chooses, he can spend an additional hit dice. But it looks like he's at full.
I'm at full.
Where is hit dice on my sheet?
Hit dice is under hit points next to...
I see it. All right.
So you will gain 7 from that.
Beautiful. Back up to 19.
You're back up to 19.
Oh wait, I was at 8. Sorry, I had updated on the board, but it had not updated on the character sheet. Hang on a second.
You're at 15 now.
Oh,
I got you.
Okay.
I love
Thank
being
you.
a friend.
And you said I can do it again?
If you want, yeah.
Or is
How
there another?
often do we recover them, John? May I ask?
You recover half at a long rest.
May I ask, Andy, how many hit points you're down?
Now I'm down 4. So I
Are
should
you
maybe just...
comfortable with that? Or
Yeah,
do you wanna roll
yeah,
again?
I'll hang out at 15. I'll be good.
Okay. It looks like we lost Apollo Nick, but
It
Ramon,
says
are
I
you
have
good
2
on
hit
short
dice,
resting?
but am I losing anything if I roll more hit dice?
No. Well, you lose the hit dice, but you know.
Yeah, you lose the option to use the hit dice at a later time, so you're losing
Oh,
the
gotcha,
top
okay.
end of the hit
I don't
dice
get that.
Yeah,
technically.
it's
Alright,
a
I was
pool.
trying-
But you're buffering for
Anyway.
you're buffering for not dying. However, do you think
Wait,
you will
do I
survive
take
to
down...
use? Yeah, hit dice will go from
Yeah,
2
I'll-
to 1.
I'll
But
hang out at 15.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds Gucci. Party, you are free to move around the cabin. 1 hour has gone by, which means whatever's in there has had an hour to ready an ambush.
I feel like whatever remains in this dungeon, we are prepared for it. Let's go.
I tell the party to gather, and I'm going to open the door,
Yeah, you opened the door.
and then I'm going to move out into the hallway to see what comes
Should
up and
maybe
hits me.
wait for Rye to... There you go.
600 zombies on the other side of the door.
600 zombies? Fuck, I gotta summon some zombies real quick, guys.
Seeing this green light in the front that Ramol and I noticed before, I'm going to move towards it.
Yeah, you move towards it. You see a door ajar.
Looks flung open, I'm gonna be honest.
It's true.
I will hold
As
my
a quick
hand up.
note, an hour has passed, your torch has gone out. Do you relight a new one?
Yeah. I'll burn that.
I'll be more gentle on the lantern because it has a turn off feature, unlike the torch. Once the tar is set ablaze, it's sort of going until it's quenched.
I see
sure.
another sconce here. Is there a torch in the one that's lit, or is it just like a fire?
There is
flame
a
burn?
free floating fireball that is just sort of hovering within the sconce itself.
It's 2012. It's lit.
Magical dungeons like this often have conditions that are required to light bells and open doors. There's perhaps another chamber with another beast we need to slay. Oh, and 2 more over here.
I see 4 sconces in total, and I
Yeah.
see
Let's
2
talk
doors
about the
and one
door
that is
real
open.
quick.
We go through the one that is open first, or do you want to move
You
through an
will
area that's
wait.
closed off?
Please.
But first, I must describe what I'm seeing on this door.
Indeed. I'm moving your tokens.
Oh, no.
Be not
And my
afraid.
headset cut out once again. Hold on.
Look here.
It might not
here,
be clear.
here.
Thank you, Mr. Green Arrow. It might not be clear, but before you is a heavy-looking, steel-reinforced wooden door. There is a grand archway that separates you from the room beyond. You do not see a handle upon this door either, nor a hinge or any weak point at all. What you do see, however, is on the door itself, there is a picture of a simian creature standing before you with a spear held abreast, directly vertical. Surrounding them on the 4 corners are 4 elemental symbols of earth, wind, fire, and water. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
Looks like an ape that learned to harness the elements.
Well, it seems like we replenished one. I pointed the fire.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, maybe.
We got
Is there a Corbin Dallas in the audience?
some fresh
Sorry, I
air.
had to.
I get that reference.
Thank
It's a good
you.
movie.
Yeah.
I don't,
I will
I don't
suggest
get
we
it.
come.
Fifth
I would
Element
suggest we
movie.
come this way to the path that is open.
Open pathway. Yeah, sure. I bring up the rear of the party as I'm watching the two loving, doting brothers. And then behind us.
I see a passageway left and one center. I like sticking to the edge, so I'm going to move to the left. Lead the
Okay.
party this way.
This man has done maze puzzles before.
We love the
Left
left.
wall follow.
Behold, a new door.
A
A new
Hodor?
door?
Yep. Brand new door.
Oh, there it is. It's right in front of me.
Indeed.
I will let Rye do his sneak to the edge to see what he sees, see if he reports
Rye.
anything.
There's so many cobwebs, dude. They're so thick. You're gonna have to cut them down.
I don't. There's too many cobwebs. I can't see anything. Do we continue on or try the door?
I say we try the door.
I agree. If we
And
can
then-
minimize anything sneaking up behind us by clearing rooms, that would be advantageous.
I open the door, John.
But I watch down the hallway.
You see a green flame.
I move into the door and see a large circle with tons of writing on it. Do we remember to grab our salt or no?
I think we
Yeah.
grabbed it.
Andy
Each
has
got a
said he
little-
had salt.
I am going to.
I think-
hold
I thought
off
we
on
each had, like, a
describing
little
this
handful.
room for a second until everyone's inside.
Yep, stand at the doorway. I can read what's on the ground to everybody. But anyways, I assume John's going to describe probably
Indeed.
some of
Why don't we
this
stop moving
and
for
some of
just
this.
a moment? Party, you will see a room with a single brazier in the middle, but as well as a ritual circle. This ritual circle is quite wide, quite large, filled with arcane runes and symbols upon it. Each one of them written in a language I don't believe any of you understand.
I can read it, John.
Uh,
I'll put
you
it in
can
chat
read
again.
it, but it is clearly an arcane script. So
Sure.
even though you are able to read it, it's still gibberish to you, right?
That's right.
It would be
Bustro
like
da,
nature's
hocus
code.
pocus.
That's right.
Very much so.
Leviosa.
I'm going to spread you guys out to show the room itself, since all of you have a light source except for Ramul. You will see that there are 4 statues and 4 sconces as well. 2 of the statues are built like a Grim Reaper-esque figure with a skull mask placed upon their face and 2 sides. And the others are... I should note that these are both identical. They're identical sets. One is broken, however, on the right. The ones that are still standing is 1 Reaper and 2 what appears to be matronly figures. That is all. Thank you. I'll move you guys back.
Will my candle pick up the green flame?
Yes, but it will not stay green.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Good point, though.
Yeah.
I walk up to one of the statues with the outstretched hand.
Yep.
And place the remaining remnant of yam on it. In the
It
hand.
is gross. 12-hour
Sorry.
old yam.
You said this was the Reaper and this was the Reaper. What about these two?
They are 2 matronly looking entities.
Oh, okay.
I offer a yam.
You offered a yam.
Yeah,
Do
I
they-
don't know when, John, I don't know when combat's going to break out, so I cast False Life on myself with my
Alright.
Eldritch Invocation.
Go ahead and add yourself 1d4 plus charisma mod, temp health. circle.
Got it.
Shall we salt the brazier like before?
I think that is fine, but I think we should spread away from each other. Remember what happened the last time.
I'm so sorry. I forgot to describe one very important thing. Due to the fact that it is slightly buried underneath this ritual circle. You will notice that on the brazier, there is, if you zoom in super close, you can even see it, a knife.
Little trowel.
Not a
knife.
trowel. A knife.
Blood sacrifice.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, give me the knife.
Is my face still bleeding?
Not after 1 hour of healing it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a superhero in 5th edition.
We can change that with gritty realism.
Let's not escalate until we think we have to. And I'll go ahead and begin to salt the circle here. But I will stop short and like hold a pinch of salt or my little bag or whatever I'm like pouring it with, and look to everyone to like take their positions. That they
You should let me finish the circle.
I immediately back up, like before you've even finished uttering.
Already an
I
Eldritch
assume-
Blast for whatever summoned.
I assume I can't like knock an arrow in the short bow
Yes.
and be
You can, yeah.
get some sort of advantage. Okay, cool.
It's called readying an action.
I'm gonna ready the short bow.
What you have to do in this system is state a condition and then like an if-then statement. So like I will state if a mephit appears or some sort of monster, I will shoot it with my light crossbow.
Gotcha. That's it. If a creature appears that's got ill intent, I'm ready to loose an arrow.
All right, John. Looks like we're ready to go.
Dope. You
I
use the
will-
last of the salt to light it up, baby. You dump the salt, Terrence.
Nothing happens, does it?
10 seconds go by. 18 seconds go by.
Oh.
I am deleting this bite marker now. Goodbye.
I move around to here. Say a prayer. And I pick up the knife.
Say a little prayer for you.
My hand
Forever.
My
I
hand-
loosen,
Meow, 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 meow.
loosen my gauntlet a little bit so I get a little bit of area on my arm. Pull back my sleeve. Reach out over top of the circle. I'm gonna make a cut.
Make it
Try to
rain,
drip some
baby.
blood into the brazier.
Yeah, subtract a hit point.
Sure thing. And then I pick up my sword again, dropping the knife on the
Blood
ground.
falls upon the coals. To no avail. Nothing has happened.
Perhaps with the 4 sconces on the wall in here, with the one lit over there by the entrance, the mysteries of this room will reveal themselves once we've lit all
Knife.
4.
Borrow that knife.
Of course.
I take the knife, John, and I put it in the hand over here that's outstretched from this. There's like a hand sitting here on this.
Yep.
Put the knife in
Now,
the hand.
the north one has a yam on it, and the south one has a knife on it.
Okay. Nope, doesn't activate it. But good point that where is it? Over here is more sconcing. Maybe we
And
should go find
sconcing.
other sconces.
And over by Rye as well, and I think I saw one
Yep.
over here.
Does the oh yeah, John, I also had a question with it. Looking at the dagger now a little bit closer, does it have any like writing engraved on it on the blade or in the hilt?
It is a finely made dagger, but it is not enchanted nor inscribed upon.
I'll come over here and disrupt the salt circle with a breath of air, and then I will reach into the sconce and scoop up where I see drops of blood and throw them on the floor.
Yeah.
Like I'll pick up the coals that have blood on them and like throw them off to the side.
Disrupt
so.
whatever might happen. Okay. I
You
agree with
just
your
watch
statement.
Terrence keel over.
Rye, what did you see around the corner? Anything?
Just cobwebs. We can certainly cut through them, I imagine.
Oh, spiders. Spider time.
I put my bow away and I take out my dagger and start slicing up some cobwebs.
You start
Wow.
cutting
Away.
away, cutting away.
I'll shout ahead, Peter.
No one gets the reference.
Nope.
All
Everyone
of you
lets it
have
hang.
hair, bodies full of highly flammable cobwebs. As you
And
move through
flour.
this
Great.
area.
Wet flour at this point, I'm sure.
And we are quickly approaching something that I will stop you all at. Yes, why don't we go ahead and stop there, Rye? Party, you all come... Rye! Get it together! You think I don't see you moving? Oh,
Moving.
I'm sorry. That was an overreaction, purely performative. You look at a wall that has been burst open. The cliff face that this area was clearly built around having been punched through. You're unsure what bore it, but you will notice that there has been a, how should we say this, obliterated spider carcass that is spread all throughout his entire area. As if some Shelob-esque giant spider got absolutely burst apart by some magical or physical force. I'd call it brutalized, but I'd be doing a brutalized carcass a disservice. This thing looks like it exploded inward out. So graphic in detail as I could not even find a token within Incarnate or my vast library, except for a little spider guy with a big red X on it.
That would have been sufficient.
I wanted, I thought my words could do better, but if you want me to
Oh.
pull out a giant spider.
Oh my, that is gnarly. I mean, I hate spiders as much as the next.
Ah,
Now it's dead.
Powerful.
Thank you, John.
Is this better for you, Nick?
That's great. I love it. If you
We've
could make it
heard-
like 3 times bigger, I'd be even happier.
Okay.
To see such a perfectly round creature
Here's a cow.
We've
No,
in the shape of a disc. I've never seen such a thing.
John, we've
Or
heard
rat-
stories of exploded and destroyed bodies around here. Is this giving me vibes of what we've been hearing?
It sure sounds like it.
Are we free to move about the cabin again?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Is
Currently.
there anything down
Did you want
here?
to left wall follow some more?
I don't know where
Up-
down
up
here
north
is.
Oh, I was asking the party.
Yes, I want to left follow. I want to left wall follow some more to this door that is right here. Look.
Arturio has been left behind in the dark. But you will indeed find a new door. It's not locked, is it? No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, we can see all the tokens of doors.
Okay.
I'm hand drawing a map.
oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Ryan
Yeah.
begins to play with the handle, watches the door swing open, he quickly grabs it, pulls it back shut.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Ready.
If we're ready, I'm going to open the door.
Open it away.
I open the door and I
Ta-da.
step through.
You step through.
Another brazier, friends. Come on in.
However, the room is much different.
This room is much different.
Thank you, Arturio.
I'm going to Oregon to fight you. We're gonna meet there instead of Washington.
John, can you describe to me why this room is different, please?
It is much smaller, first of all, and it also has 2 fireplaces. Ta-da, ta-da.
Hey, do you see those 2 fireplaces over there? That's what makes this room different.
I will look at the one on the right. Do I see ashes? Do I see coals? Do I see wood waiting to be burned?
You do see petrified wood, and I'm.
Do I
really
see the
contemplating
soul of my
killing
DM
Apollo.
slowly leaking out of his brain?
Indeed.
I get into the one on the left and look up the flue. Is there any
You will see a
urban
smoke
recent
chute.
fire?
It's basically just a small, what would you say, like 2 foot wide, so 2 foot diameter tube that goes up into the mountain. Likely it is a hidden pipe that leads out so that carbon monoxide doesn't... You have run out of salt! Stop drawing salt!
Is there signs? Is there like recent soot? Has it been lit recently?
There's not, no. You sprinkle salt. Thanks, Apollo.
I seem to have run out of salt.
I have more.
It wasn't an endless bag of salt. Cut me some slack, guys, please! Please!
I feel like the salt was for the last circle.
I
Perhaps
mean, we light these 2 fireplaces. I would assume.
Perhaps we ring the brazier with wood and set it on fire.
Oh, with ashes? Is this the fire room?
Possibly.
Oh shit! All right, John, I crumble up some ashes from the petrified wood and sprinkle the circle around the brazier.
You will do just so, and sure enough, a flame will burst upon...
Oh shit!
Indeed. And then I will bring out some light.
Seeing the fire erupt, I back the fuck up into the
Well,
corner.
you will back the fuck up, but I need you all to stop moving in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As guess what's back on? You are pushing my buttons today. You show up late. You roll initiative. It's going straight for Arturio right
That's
now.
our plan all together.
The alchemist is taking.
I look behind me, John. Oh God, what have they done?
The giant spider's mate is coming.
We have no initiative. Yeah. I just like they're in here, you know. Just Arturio though.
Rai, you are first to react, and as the man who threw down the ash, what do you do?
I charge forward with a short sword.
Based. Swing away.
I'm just.
Stay
I'm,
close
I'm,
to me.
I'm not confident in my arrows right now, so
You will
swinging a
stab.
big sword.
Oh, very nice. Jesus.
And then, does that include my sneak attack? Oh yeah, it does. Okay.
It sure
sneak
does.
6. Big running
Okay.
stab.
I'm gonna move you
was
next
huge.
to him. This guy gets to go, and he's just gonna open with a breath weapon on some people.
Just Arturio. 3 times.
Arturio, I don't know why you've made me your enemy today. Oh, he's gonna have to choose. You know what? The way this cone works, it's literally going to miss the paladin and the rogue, but it's gonna hit directly on Arturio. Make me a dex save, you doofus.
It looks at me, it
Fuck.
winks, and then it breathes on my ass. I pass.
You sure
The
do.
geometry
It'll
wars
spend its
have started.
movement. You'll suffer
I'll
1
take-
fire damage. It'll move like so. Directly to the alchemist. It's Artie's turn. Arturio, what do you do?
I will stab it with my dagger. I'm missing again.
You'll miss. Take your
Damn
movement
it.
if you have any.
I run away.
Alright, it's gonna take an attack of opportunity against you.
My back!
Your weakest part. What is this damage, dude?
I will use my interception fighting style to take that damage away with my reaction.
Oh,
Do you
hell
want me to roll
yeah!
Well, I think
Please
it's
do the
1d10
one.
plus what? I
Your
have to
level or
look.
something?
I have
It's
not set up a
1d10
button for it yet.
plus
What's proficiency?
Yeah.
So d10 plus 2. There. I will block 3 damage and block it all. I'll set up a button
blocks.
for it here in a minute.
I don't know why you did that. You didn't need to roll.
I know, but it's funnier that I almost failed to block any more than the
It
actual
is.
damage.
Alright, Terrence, it's your turn.
I will swing my longsword at this son of a bitch.
Swing.
Boop.
Oh, yeah.
19. Hits for 5. I can't roll anything on damage or interception, but I hit everything. It's a
Hit
start.
everything, you just are ineffective, you know?
I just tickle the shit out of it. That's my
Rumble.
turn.
My man. I like bring myself up next to the paladin, look at him in the eyes, and then it's hammer time again.
You're one shy.
I was deeply staring into his eyes. Is
Bri.
a problem.
It's your turn. Blow it up.
Yeah, I'd bring the short sword in again. Another charging
Okay.
blow.
An 11 clears 10. It explodes outward. The death burst goes off for 6 fire damage. Please make your saves as I update all of my lights.
I passed the deck save. It can happen.
Andy, you'll suffer 6 fire damage.
Rude.
Indeed.
Live by the sword,
Like
die by
you.
the explosion, you know. That's what they always say.
That's what they always say.
They're generally correct, unfortunately.
Go to the light. Anything? Oh, no, that's the end of combat, isn't it?
I feel like we had a plan to attack it with prepared bolts. Perhaps in the
Nobody
corners.
told me.
Perhaps that
Happened
be a
all
better
too
plan for
quickly.
next time.
Yeah, it
Yes.
happened all too quickly.
I tried thinking that salt would work on this one, but clearly I was mistaken.
Since you sprinkled ash here and salt on the other one, and there was a door that had 4 symbols on it of earth, fire, like wind, and water. Is this like the earth shrine? That was
I
like
believe
the
this
fire
is
shrine.
fire. The salt would be the earth, my
Fire,
friend.
the other one was water.
Yeah.
Oh,
There'll
this is
be
the fire one? Okay.
I'm sure there'll be
All-
one we have.
all of the water.
There'll be one we
Okay.
have to breathe on, and one we have to give her the old Haktua.
I don't understand that reference.
Oh,
I'll
it's
move in the hallway. I
It's
move forward before he speaks.
it's a,
Yeah, I run away from his words.
It's an alchemist thing. We studied at the academy.
Uh-huh.
Arturio, are you able to help your brother? Or should I? He seems to be further wounded.
Bro,
Um,
bruh.
I'll be okay. Don't worry about me. He said, covered in like 2nd-degree burns.
Perhaps stay towards the back and use your bow for a while.
Yeah, and I might, John, I'm gonna collect some ash as well. Add it to my sack of flour and salt.
For when it's Wednesday.
You're quickly
Gives it that
getting
smoky
close to
flavor.
gunpowder.
Yeah, it gives it that smoky flavor.
I see a sliver through this door. John.
I
That
also
is
see
an
a sliver.
error that I don't care to correct.
Sound wonderful.
when I draw the door lines, I always extend it past the ends of the
You
door.
open the door. Go inside.
I sure do. Oh my gosh, it's another circle.
You will notice that the stones that you are currently walking on are filled in the, I suppose, grout with a mossy substance. You will also find broken barrels in the corners.
All right, hang on. Give me 1 second. I need to fill this all in.
Are you gonna piss in it?
No, I need to draw the moss. 1
The
second.
Moss family
The
kitchen.
moss
We're
is
here.
already, it's part of the tile.
Give me,
We're here.
just give me 1 second, John. It'll only take a moment.
No. Stop it.
We
Stop it.
removed all controls from Apollo Nick.
Apollo gets silly after 1 beer as he gets white.
Um,
I was silly before I drank.
What was
there's-
in those barrels over there, y'all? As I shout
Uh,
across the room.
I'm inspecting the barrels, John. What was in them?
I don't know. It's been so long, and there's only so many inference clues I can give you guys. What was once in the barrels have long since dried. I pray you
Probably
all have
water of
on
some
you
kind.
somehow.
Yeah, who has water on them? Like some holy water of some kind, maybe.
Well, I'm just a regular water skin.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Provided
I
you
already,
didn't, drink all of it.
I already arranged attack with my with my light crossbow.
As I say,
All right,
I can
give me
hand
your water
the water
skin.
to somebody else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
I'll hand it off.
paladin.
I will happily do it. Everyone
Uh,
ready? I'm going to
I have
pour
already
water in the
Eldritch
circle.
Blast. Yeah.
In 5, 4,
Ready.
3, 2,
John's way ahead of you.
1, and I drop it.
I have to move. They took away my hotkeys for moving things onto different layers and jump gate for some reason. All right, if we can blast this one, this last method, for the very last one, we are going to auto resolve it and say that you will not die next time.
It was blasting time.
Let's see if we get
Ambush
the ambush off. Everyone head ready to attack. Shortbow boy, go. You do not have ambush because it's not surprise, so that 6 stays true. The 22 goes off. 22 will have sneak attack for the paladin. Oop.
For the paladin.
Because
Right.
the
Because
paladin is
I'm
right next
standing
to
next
it.
to it.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
Then the light crossbow will hit for 2.
2.
And then, provided the paladin had a ready weapon attack, he will get to swing it. The 8
Ooh.
will miss. And we
So
need to
do
roll
this.
for initiative.
John,
you know what?
actually, the method's facing forward. He has advantage because he can't see the paladin.
You guys will beat it in initiative. We're just going to do team initiative for this since it's just one creature. Artie, you will get your first attack. You guys can stop rolling initiative. The 3. And then another attack, please, from someone to kill this thing. 22
There we
will
go.
hit for 2. That brings it to 1. All right, now it explodes.
There we go.
We know inches
Dex
and
save.
miles, right?
Dex save.
Yep, deck save or suffer 3.
I will take my 3.
Alrighty.
Oh, shit, there's an ambulance outside.
Why is there an ambulance outside now?
I don't
Or
know.
ambulance. Your
I'm gonna
upstairs
go.
neighbors
I'm gonna
fucking
go
around.
take a quick peek out there.
Yeah, go
just
check
to-
it out.
I am lighting stuff, you can take all
Yeah,
the time.
light some braziers. As we have cracked the code.
You've cracked the code.
Follow me, friends. I feel this is the last method.
Indeed.
Let's meth it up.
I will realize that Arturio is following behind us and then open the door.
Okay.
Also, Brian, due to your line of work, I'm surprised you haven't heard of the Hawk Tuah, like, dumb meme nonsense. So.
I was intentionally not engaging with it.
He works
Eric.
with young kids.
Yep.
But also, like, the people he hires maybe, like, overhears it.
I know exactly what it means. It was intentionally not engaging. If that solves your problem.
Oh, because it's Arturio, not because
Party,
it's
you will
Hawk
find
Tuah.
this room
Sure.
has many a cobweb in it, but also the same brazier, the same sconce, as well as a broken table that buried underneath my
Fan?
most...
A fan? I see a fan.
You see a fan?
I'm a big fan.
I'm a big fan too. Do
I
we
ready
ready
to circle?
ourselves one last time?
I will take the fan. and
I
when
will.
Everybody's ready.
Yeah, I will offer to like take the hit of the explosion because I have temporary hit points.
I
nice of
will
you.
back up a little further and ready a javelin.
Yeah. There they go. All right. I set it off and I look to my team members as
What just happened?
it's blowing time. Wait, what?
All right,
We
ready
need
to
new
actions
initiative.
are. What's happening?
Yep.
The purple flames come forth.
Purple. Oh, wow.
A Mephit arrives. Let's see your attacks.
Yes, Andy.
There we
Fuck yeah.
I assume the 12 hits. It was 10
That's
AC.
21
10
damage
AC.
from Andy. Or, I'm
21
sorry.
is actually enough to one-shot it.
No, I'm sorry. It was
Oh,
16.
it wasn't 21,
16.
Then 11.
16 plus the sword swing
Yeah.
will blow it up. Shadow, how do you get a... Oh, you javelined it. Understood.
I sure did.
The javelin will be the decider. As this thing explodes, suffering 4. Make that deck save, DC 10. as
I
John
choose to
goes
fail, John. This was not an honorable killing. This
It is not.
dishonorable killing. Choose to fail and take the 4 to my temporary hit points.
What a meaningful sacrifice for your own.
And then I cast it again for the same amount.
Alright, let's not get too crazy with that. Don't make me regret giving you it. Where you're just
Oh,
constantly
you already
casting.
did when you said it. You already did when you said it. Like, I'm
Understood.
gonna regret this, aren't I?
You will notice that this door is still locked. It has not budged nor opened, but all 4 sconces are lit. Arturio slams his head into it.
The 4
expecting
sconces are lit, but this door is still locked.
Let's go back to the room with the
We should
rooms.
Well,
go to
there's
the
like
second room.
Why
big
do you
room.
do this to me, Nick? It's a cute 5th grade puzzle, and you're just destroying me. It's just... All right.
Now,
All right.
Is the
what if we
I-
had one of
Pour
each
some
of the
water.
things from the previous room to then summon the big nonsense thing here? I already put
Yep.
down salt.
salt,
Pour some
fat,
water.
acid, and heat?
Oh, we're summoning Majin Buu? Like,
No, we're making bread, baby.
get that bread.
Party, you look at the last ingredient to open the door. Part of it is inside each of you all.
So you combine the flour with the salt and the water, and then you blow a kiss into it, and you make a dough.
Right. Perhaps
then
you
you
should.
spread it around the ring.
Add the Mila Jovovich.
Perhaps you should back up. Right.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. I back up and I prepare an arrow.
All right. Readied arrows, ready blasts have gone forward.
John, I'm going to use 4 of my points of lay on hands
Perfect.
so that I start at full. And then I'm going to use this dagger that I move over here to grab out of the hand and then come back and move back to here.
Something has changed about
What
the
has
sigil.
changed?
As you stand on this with the dagger, Terrence, you feel a pressure at the back of your skull, as if someone is watching you. You turn to look at this statue over here, the Reaper with a skull mask and scythe. Give me a religion check. Unless you know which god this is staring down at you. You do not. There are many... Who did googly eyes?
I'll never
It's
admit
so unclear
John.
who could possibly be doing this.
John, I'm regaining my immersion. What stares back at me?
An avatar of death. Coming for Arturio.
it.
And arriving.
Fucking Eric. What do you do?
Death comes for us all, friends. Be ready. I turn back and I drip blood back into the circle. Using the knife
You
to cut
will
my arm.
subtract me 1 hit dice as you
1 hit dice.
Whoa.
1 hit dice as you bleed through this. And John reminds us all of our special big dice
Oh
too.
my god.
I rolled pretty high. All right, down to half. Let's
Nope,
go.
you don't suffer 1 hit dice. You lose 1 hit dice.
Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Fuck.
I also
Okay.
misunderstood.
That's fine.
I'm down to 0. Go ahead.
For those of you at home, John has a special homebrew rule where when a character is at 0 hit dice entirely, when they reach 0 hit points, they will just outright die. Hit dice represent a character's ability to recover from injuries. And now that is gone from our boy Terrence. As you drip far too much blood, this knife being far finer of an edge than you expected from last time you scraped your skin, you nick a fucking artery and quickly heal it shut with your magical paladin bullshit. But as you do, the readied shots prepared, the lights of multicolor sconces lit, will reveal a creature coming not from the brazier, which remains wet, but from the statue itself. Boys, now we roll for initiative. As a specter comes forward. Oh,
God
you do
damn
not
it.
want to roll low this time, guys.
Okay, thanks for telling me. I waited until I was told what to roll.
All right, a bow shot and a crossbow bolt go off from readied actions.
That's right.
The 19 is a hit, the 14 is a hit, and the 16 from Willis. Okay, that's what I thought. All 3 of your shots hit, however, sneak attack is not applied. Ooh, big dice from you guys. 5, 1, plus 3 is often this.
I've subtracted the crossbow bolt.
You will watch as this specter, stop it, seems to not give a damn about your mundane objects. Its face is a mask of pain and wrath, and it's coming straight for the paladin. What do you do, Ramul?
I shoot it with my Eldritch blasting. Where'd my blasting gun go? This
A
one.
10 is
This.
not nearly enough, as your gun doesn't fire or misfires.
Oh, and I can make it this far, so I'll like come chill with my boy up here.
You come to chill.
We don't
as
back
these-
down.
I'm sorry?
We don't back down, John.
We don't back down?
No, we don't.
Then what is your
Back.
AC?
Down.
My AC? 15.
15. Big money. Ah! So close. Good thing it has multi-attack. It's gonna attack you again
Yeah.
with a 15.
Oh,
a-
I'm really good friends with Arturio. He gave me the +1 to armor.
Yeah, oh yeah, not right.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna assume a 15 will
Hit
hit.
me. Yeah.
You roll like shit, and you will suffer 10 necrotic. I need a DC 10 Constitution saving throw, or your maximum hit points will be reduced by the amount damage taken.
Ooh, baby.
I'm immune to this forever.
That is very
I'm
good,
good.
because on a technicality, it still would have bled through your false life. That is its turn. Right.
I shoot another arrow.
You shoot an arrow on a 19. It will hit for 5 plus 4 is 9. Boop.
And then for my thing action, I'm gonna move it.
All right. Where do you want to move it to?
Over here to the statue.
All right. You head to this beautiful statue where a yam is resting precariously on its hands. That brings us to Terrence.
Terrence will yell out, "Don't hold back, friends!" And he will step up right next to... Do I need to be 5 closer? There we go. Step up right next to Ramul. And I will swing my longsword.
Swing.
I will miss.
You might be brave, but you're not used to looking death in the face, Terrence.
Yes. And I will, with one of my spells, cast a bonus action, Shield of Faith.
On
myself.
Yourself? Okay.
Yes.
That brings us to Ramul. No, it doesn't. It brings us to Artie.
I
I was like, excuse me?
I had hit the next arrow while he was still
you're
there.
fine.
Great.
I'll go ahead and load another crossbow bolt. But Arturio is considering some of his alternative options, so he'll be moving up to behind the brazier, so he's a little closer to his brother in case he needs to intervene while he's loading the bolt, and then he'll fire it, just missing over its shoulder.
Indeed. Now we come to Ramul.
This thing is attacking twice. We're gonna put some armor up, John. Boom.
Okay.
Armor of Agathis is up.
Sounds good.
I don't really have a bonus action or anything else, so I'm gonna scowl at it menacingly.
As a note, in case you forgot, you are a Hexblade, which gets a Hexblade's Curse, which I believe is a bonus action. It will also give you
as a
health
bonus
back if
action.
the creature dies.
Yes. Yeah, we will point at this creature then
Cool.
and hex it.
Go ahead and click Hexblade's Curse for us.
You got it.
Look at all that. Now you crit on a 19, you get health back equal to your charisma thing, and something else, and damage to your proficiency.
I love it.
It's quite good. It's quite good.
Wow.
If you guys haven't made a pact with a blood or blade demon, now's the opportunity. Anyway, this thing ignores Ramul entirely because it always wanted the paladin, and it's gonna swing twice at the paladin. Kasha! Kasha!
My current AC is 20, John.
20? Oh my god.
With Shield of
Big
Faith.
whiff
I
from
have
the
Jane
Your
and a
glowing
shield.
shield would not even be needed as you buffet it with your main defense. That brings us to Rye.
Laugh in the face of death.
I'll knock another arrow and loose another arrow.
That will be a hit. For a... like so. Very cool. Your mundane arrows are only doing so much to this thing that is incorporeal. Terrence.
I will swing my longsword at it,
Okay.
missing horribly.
Terrence, you are facing your own death right now. This is spooky.
I've
What
got
about
its
Artie?
attention. I'm doing my job.
You are.
Artie will load another crossbow bolt, firing while shouting, "You're fucking with the wrong holy man up there, Spectre!"
Eating with cover, you will hit on a 14. For 1.
Phew.
Alright, Ramul. It's getting close to the
Hammer
end.
time.
Surely you can kill it with your hammer.
Yeah, hammer time.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Nice shot.
+2 from proficiency.
Oh, that's a crit though, John. So double the dice.
That is a
Great.
crit. Go ahead and roll me another 1d8 there. Alright.
Well,
Exactly. Oh yeah. Well, necessary. Yep.
This is magical hammer, but for any reason, is it? No, you have
I'm a
eyes and
Hexblade.
false life, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eyes and life. Yeah. I have other
Alrighty.
bullshit, not damage bullshit.
That brings it down to... So it's 12 plus 2 from proficiency is 14, plus 1 is 15. Now plus 7. Ta-da!
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bring it, John.
Although this thing wishes it was smart enough to attack Ramul and explode on him, it wants one person's life, and that is the one who gave up its hit dice. And it will try to drain life of this paladin one more time. Missing both times. Alright. It's time to kill it.
I'll fire another arrow.
Okay. 8 minus 3. Yes, that is just enough. And I need my Warlock and our good friend, the Paladin, to make me a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. Or suffer.
I
1d10
fail.
necrotic damage. 7 necrotic damage.
I've rolled so many ones today.
So bad on
So
saving
Sure
many.
did. This is a save for half, so Ramul, you will take 3, but my good friend the Paladin will lose a maximum number equal to the damage dealt, which is 7 as well. Brought
Alrighty.
back by a lesser restoration or a long rest. Alright, thank you for the explosion.
Oh my gosh.
You're so welcome.
Who could have been doing that?
Party.
What was his total HP? The
It
thing we
was
just fought.
32, but it was resistant to non-magical weapons. So, technically 64.
Got it.
I think the only person doing actual damage was our warlock, who wasn't doing very much.
Nope, we didn't use any magical damage.
Oh,
It's
right,
almost
because
like
he
I
wasn't
told you
even
not to
Eldritch
hold back.
Blasting. Yeah.
It's almost
No,
like I
I'm-
told you not to hold back, and nobody used spells except for Eric.
Party.
You used a spell.
I did.
This ritual line that Artie here is standing on begins to move and alter until at last it goes inside the coals itself. Like living ink. All of the coals blacken, darken, and grow warm despite there being no flame. In the distance, in this muted hallway, you hear the creaking of stones and of a door. What do you do?
What the fuck? I wanted a fire.
Door is open. Now is the time. We must go before it shuts. Hurry.
Huh?
Huh.
The
Can't tell you.
the door that had 4 symbols on it. Yep. We run. And I run. Run
is
so
unlocked.
far away.
All right,
You
are we
Those
ready?
Fires.
Open.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
Doesn't matter if we're ready. A door opened on its own. Let's go.
Oh, there's 2 statues, like before.
There
On
is
the bench.
first of all, the stones you are walking on are now pale. You also see 3 of the same statue, albeit one broken. Having been broken from the wrist, it appears, its scythe shattered. You also will find a great big stone sarcophagus, excuse me. Upon the top of this sarcophagus, you will see a gnomish script written down it, going from left to right. One of you speaks Gnomish, and one of you reads quite literally everything. Are you ready for the next riddle, I suppose, or warning, or message, communique?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Are these the same Reaper statues as before?
Oh, yeah.
And was there a broken statue in the last room where we fought the Spectre?
Uh-huh.
Was it also broken at the wrist?
It was broken in general.
Any similarity that we should note?
You could go run back to that room real quick and see if anything...
It was broken the same way, Nick. I inspected.
Oh, okay. Okay. What does it say here, John?
Oh, God. Why does John write such long things?
Oh, God.
We'll make Nick read it then.
Yeah,
I
Nick,
can
why
read
don't
it.
you read this?
Can you paste it for me?
Yeah, I'm gonna privately DM it to you, in fact. Where are you? There you go.
Who knows?
I stand
It's in
back
the
with
room
the.
with
And if
Our
you do it in
paladin
a
buddy, I'd be
stupid
like,
voice, I will
"Watch
hunt you
this."
down.
Isn't that
There's-
just his regular voice,
There are-
John?
13 stanzas to this poem.
Good luck. one's only 3 lines.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about the gnome that wrote it? What his voice sounds like? Or her voice? Their voice?
It's your voice now. You wrote it.
For the gnome who bestowed upon us his silent grace, we toil on his behalf. And thanks to she that keeps the deeps, we act to repay our ancient debts. In fear of he, the Lord betrayed, we show our fealty was not forgot. As to Salamander, that burning bastard, we steal from him again. But as to you, a time may come when what below awakes. We pray for you, that day won't dawn, for it will never end. Do not descend unless you must, you of future days, for monsters dwell inside this place, where mortal fears are made. Should the things inside be freed, a dream shall come upon the land, and death's most horrid will curse all that lay outside. Carry that which lays within, offerings of elemental lords, perhaps will let you win. Transfer these bindings upon that which lays asleep, and do what must be done. Should you fail and sleeper wake, then know a new age has begun. For you who walk that path of tear, we wish you luck and pluck. And should you be some common thief, we tell you now, get fucked.
Fucked.
Is there anything scrawled on this, John, like the previous warning?
No.
I think it's important to point out a few things about this reading. She, Deeps, he, and Lord Betrayed are all capitalized.
Yep. We love
be
our
anything.
random capitalized letters.
And there's a random weird possessive noun that I'm not so sure about.
I think that was a typo, honestly. But thank you
Okay.
for denoting it in your speech. I appreciated it.
For monsters dwell.
Yeah, I was very tired. Fuck you.
I think whoever wrote this had some grammar issues, but otherwise, very interesting read. It seems like another warning. This one a lot more ominous. Perhaps whatever is buried here from the first warning outside lays within the sarcophagus?
Only one way to find out.
I mean, should we take the offerings and put them atop here? Like, offerings of elemental lords? Earth, fire, wind. Put all the things here?
Harry, should the things inside be freed, a dream shall come upon the land, and death's most horrid will curse all that lay outside. Carry that
Yeah,
which
we're
lays
inside.
within, offerings of elemental lords, perhaps will let you win. So we need to carry... Oh, perhaps what's inside the sarcophagus is supposed to aid us in the battle against whatever has been freed?
Or the sarcophagus itself, when open, will reveal the path forward. Either way, we tarry here too long.
We open this thing? Hold on.
She'll open it.
Understanding stonework, John, as I'm a dwarf.
You
Brother.
push it forward towards where Rye is currently standing, who must quickly get out of the way or be crushed by a heavy stone lid. Thank you. You will push it open, and you will find 4 items inside of a stone bed. Each one is placed as though it was on a person laying down, but no body is within this casket. I want to make that perfectly clear. The first is a circlet made of a silver band with a large emerald set within its center. It has a wavy line motif, almost like Damascus steel. The next one is 2 copper-plated iron wrist guards that have been put upon this invisible body's sides, almost in perfect parallel with the shark skin belt that possesses a golden buckle. Lastly, close to the end where Rai is currently standing, there are 2 greaves that appear to be made out of lead or steel. You're unsure which. Ramul would know that these are lead.
Did you say a shark skin belt?
Uh-huh.
As in a predator of the water?
Like an animal, yeah. Like a shark.
Okay, and what was the first item?
A circlet of silvered metal. With an emerald in it.
I will be able to identify these, but it will take time. Perhaps we should take them and leave this place?
I mean,
I
there's 4 of us,
fear-
there's 4 of them. If you touch, move, touch, take, like in chess.
I fear taking anything out of this place is a bad idea. These are meant to be here.
Rai, who is closest to the lid, will see one last thing. A scrawled message, written in common, carved within the stone lid, as though someone, like, laid down on, like, in the bed and then wrote it.
Oh god.
There's a message. It's written from the inside, and it says,
Yeah, I'm gonna have you read.
Okay.
Because it's another long ass graffiti.
does it have Thieves' Cant in it?
Yes, it does, but I'm gonna let you figure out what is Thieves' Canted.
Yeah, you speak Cantonese, so
Yikes. This is the strangest bed for a gimp I've ever been in, and that's saying something. I don't know what weird gnomish dungeon I've entered, but it's pretty fucking weird that they made a sarcophagus and didn't bury anyone in it. Anyways, this shit is useless to me, and I've got better attunement items, so I'm going to leave these here for whoever wants them. This is the weirdest beginner dungeon I've ever delved, that's for sure. It's 2.
Gentlemen, we will find out what these items do next week, but it appears that a reckless adventurer is the culprit to whoever released this terrible, terrible monster upon the land. I will note that you guys can go back to town. It's about a 3 or 4 hour walk. Long rests are expected for you all to take throughout this little adventure. So whether you do them here and risk whatever foul elemental forces exist, or head back to town with your new winnings, we will find out next week. Party! Thank you so much for joining us. If there's any shout-outs you want to make, good job. But for those of you who have nothing better to do, why don't you hit level 3? Even though I don't want to give it to Nick, because he's been a butt to me all night.
yeah, not Nick though. Yeah.
So
Nick
shout
got
out
a $8.99
before Nick
free.
says. I'm sorry, that got me a little bit. I've got to randomize a race tomorrow night. If I win, I am in the playoffs for sure because I'm sitting at 12 points. 15 to 16 is enough. I get 5 for a win.
Huge.
But it's going to be hard because it's random percent, which means every single flag in the entire randomizer is turned to a tri-state where it's either rolls on or off, and we won't know until the seed starts.
Yikes.
It's crazy. I had an hour and a half seed where I had to kill the same enemy 195 times with a basic attack spell. And then yesterday, this morning, I had one that I finished in 22 minutes. So you never know.
The variance.
Good luck.
Yep.
That's
It's
gonna
gonna be
be
fun.
sketchy. I can't wait to see it, though.
Mhm.
Any other shout-outs?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please go ahead.
You go.
All right.
Andy,
Lovely.
you're up.
You can find my art and pictures of my dog at Andaru Gotsamer on Instagram, and I refuse to spell it. Find it on your own.
Apollo, you're up.
I am Nick. You can find the actual plays that I do on my YouTube channel, Fable Table. You can also find me most Wednesdays, although we're in the off season right now because we're doing this show, at twitch.tv/Apollo_Nick. Nick spelled the way you see it on your screen right now, N-I-K. Right now on Tuesday, every other Tuesday, a good friend of this channel, Shannon, and I are reading and reacting to a lovely, lovely read, Dungeon Crawler Carl. Next time we're reading chapters 14 through 18, and that will be next Tuesday. And shout out to people who quit their job because they need to.
Oh, hey, that was me. I've been off last year, but anyways, Coffee Traveler. You can find me on twitch.tv/Coffee Traveler, Coffee Traveler TTV on YouTube. We do things and stuff. You can also find me on Apollo Nick's channel too. That was a good one. Anyways, that's me. Back to you, John. Any final everything?
Guys, this has been John Dungeon Master. I hope you all enjoyed wherever you are. And as always, don't die.